Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. N-I-C-K, mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6, Jones in for your fix, so that dabble politics mix. And when I fudge, you laugh punk, shut the fudge up and back the lunch up, while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what's it gonna touch now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it on every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get saved up on your dime. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabblers blasting out the political shit. The passion for shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna touch now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the dabblers that don't give a fuck, where you at?
Welcome to Dabbling in Politics. I am OG Mumbling Nick. Sorry for the delay, guys. Sorry if I have a little less pep than I usually do. We're getting too personal. I've mentioned this before, so no biggie, but been going through some blood pressure, pulse, heart fucking blood flow issues. Got an appointment with the cardiologist first week of September. But my heart just started pounding like a motherfucker, which hadn't done that in a while. So I was, I was sweating. So I wasn't, and mind you, I was doing physical activity before that. So it wasn't like I was just sitting there and nothing was happening. That would have been even scarier. But I wasn't exactly going fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking crazy here. So I shouldn't have been reacting the way it was. So I was waiting for the the heart to relax, for cool off a little bit. But anyway, here we are. Let me bring on my co-host, Mr. Liquid Cryptid. How we doing, sir?
Howdy ho. Can you hear me?
There he is. All right.
Now can you hear me?
You guys can all see Liquid, right? I had this problem the other day. Hold on. All right, Liquid. This is gonna fix itself because it fixed itself. No, it's not you, dude. It's me. You can go back because I just put on YouTube and everyone can see you. It's my StreamYard fucked up like this the other day with Echo, and it just worked itself out in like a minute. So it'll fix itself. But I'll just keep. I can hear you through YouTube. I just can't hear you through StreamYard. So I'll just keep both open until it fixes itself.
All right. Well,
So
I mean,
it's
I
on
can
my
actually,
end.
I understand heart problems. I went through something similar where,
Let me bring Deft on while this shit works itself out. How we doing,
wow,
Brandon?
the
What's
crazy
going on,
thing
guys?
the crazy thing about having heart problems like that is like every single little thing that happens with your heart, you're like hyper aware of it. Once you have a heart problem, whereas it's probably stuff where before that you probably would just be like, I'll just sit down for a second, it'll go away, it'll be fine. And then but yeah, after you end up with a heart problem, it just all of a sudden seems like, oh, my heart's going really fast, what's going on, am I going to die? Every single time. So yeah, I get it, Nick. If you can hear me. Can you hear me, Deft?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
good on my end.
great to be on a show with you finally.
I appreciate it, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Good. It's nice to meet you.
It's you guys, dude. I'm fucked up. So.
Nick, were you just like, maybe you were nervous and your heart was beating because you had an interview with me? Is that it? No.
All right.
I don't think so. I got my tie. I got a clip-on tie. I'm ready.
I'm super nervous about interviewing you, Deft. I'm flipping out here.
Yeah.
Just
Righty
everything's
attack.
gonna sound weird for a second, guys. I'm on like a little delay while it fixes itself. So
Okay.
sorry, guys. Fucking
Don't be
fix
sorry.
yourself, you stupid fucking thing.
It's not your fault. Maybe if you leave and come back, it'll fix it then. StreamYard was messing with me this morning.
Yeah, it seems like everybody seems to be getting issues with StreamYard lately. Even was it Chet Zumach the other day? Just sort of froze up on him, like he could still do stuff. But
No, I know exactly what happened to him because I always play music, and sometimes the media assets will just freeze, and you can't move them at all. So you can't get to any of your sound drops or the music drops or anything like that. Music sound, same thing.
Yeah.
What I meant to say is video drops.
Yeah, I went to I just use EVMux and it's been fine. It just has a little steeper learning curve than
So I'll tell you guys what it looks.
the StreamYard.
I've been looking into EVMux. I was messing around with it last night.
It's gonna be like I'll tell you what it looks like on my end. So it's like it looks like you guys are buffering in fucking StreamYard, but obviously you're fine on YouTube. So everything I hear something from you guys, it's like 5 seconds after you fucking said it. So it's like, come on and fucking
Come
fix
on,
the stupid
StreamYard.
fucking thing.
You pay for it too. You have the paid version. What's going on? Damn.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube and everything is.
Yeah,
it's fine for me
that's
and
true, man.
Deft.
I'm paying
But
for this stupid fucking shit. Like, Jesus Christ.
Now, did you close when you left? Did you close the tab? Because what I do is I close everything out. I close the window.
Oh my god. All right. You know what?
What?
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
I like
while
your
he's doing that, I'm going
background.
to test some
Let's
audio.
All right.
Fucking Christ.
This is going great.
All right, I just.
I'm gonna take you guys
accident-
out for a minute, and I'm gonna put you back and see if it fixes it for me.
testing.
Testes.
Oh, I see.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
I see Deft.
Hello.
Almost there. Come on, stop freezing.
All right, I'm just adjusting my mic volume while we wait for Mumbling Nick to figure this out.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to mess with him.
This is a shit show. You know what, dude?
What's up?
No, dude, it's. Oh wait,
Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
I'm good. We're good.
Are we good?
Are we? Are we good? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Here's what's weird. I can now see Deft is fine. I'm fine. I got Cryptid frozen on my screen, even though he's not frozen. So we're almost there.
I'm
Well,
moving my hands.
Yeah,
We're moving
I'll
my
see
move
you,
a
but you're
little
moving
bit
your
just
hands.
to.
Yeah, I see everything. It's just all right. Obviously, it's on my end. I just don't see Cryptid.
Want to try jumping out and jumping back in?
One last time.
Or how about if I just turn off video? Does that fix
this
everything?
This is all my fault, guys.
Do you want me to leave and come back?
No, Deft, you are don't move, Deft, because you are.
All right, I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere.
I think we're good. All right. Let me try some. All right, Liquid, say something right now.
Right now. How about now?
All right, I think we're good.
Hey, tomorrow, right now.
You see, on YouTube, I'm fine. So yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, you can go back to video, dude, because it's still. Yeah, don't worry about it.
He's on video. Yeah, he was, I think.
Yeah, I put it right back to video. Actually.
Oh, you're back to video. Oh,
when I started talking, I put it right back to video.
All right, we're just gonna power through, dude. I'll figure it out.
Can you hear me?
Deft's now fine. I think Liquid's gonna fix itself on my. Not that Liquid's fucked up. It's my shit on my end. This happened the other day when I brought Ava on. When you guys were showing.
It's Ava's fault.
I forget what happened. Like Liquid showed some clip of Stuttering John, and I didn't see the clip at all but I just pretended that I did because it was fucking up on my end. And then, all right, now I see him again. All right, fuck it. Let's just start watching John. Let's see if we can fucking power through this. I'm apologizing, Def. We're fucking all this up. Anyway,
no need to apologize to me, please.
So thank you, Liquid, for coming on as usual. Brandon, thank you for being here as a guest. Appreciate it, my friend. We've been wanting to get you on the political show for a while now. So glad you're here. Just real quick to everybody, I think the Joey, can you do better than Joey C experiment is kind of coming to an end, because I think Joey is no longer pretending to run for president or whatever the fuck is going on. He seems to have he's not really talking about that anymore. He's kind of ended that whole bit. So
he's sort of given up on it since the interview.
It was your fault, Nick.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, that he's not really saying fucking shit anymore. Like I went to his presidential website today, and he hasn't put out anything. I think since the fucking interview. So yeah, I think he's just fucking done.
I wonder if he's still talking to Uncle Bob like he was about the presidency. Is it Uncle Bob?
Yeah, Uncle
Bob.
Uncle Bob.
Yep.
Uncle Bob.
All right.
Uncle Bob is disappointed, Joey.
Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is since Joey's out of the political game and Stuttering John is back in the political game, we're gonna watch John's political show. We're gonna get Brandon's opinion on it.
All right.
As well as Liquid in mine, and see how everything goes.
This thing's glorious.
Unlike that piece of shit show, we actually have three different opinions, or three different people that think. What do you want to call it? Three different self-thinking people. It's not all going to be the exact same opinions like on that fucking piece of shit show that those guys got. So
yeah, and I doubt any of us. I'm going to say I doubt any of us are going to be are super happy that anybody else is not doing well.
Yeah, I always say I don't like an echo chamber. Hate echo chambers. So
right.
Let's see if I can.
All right, how are you, everybody? It's been a long time, but it's nice to see y'all. I hope everyone is doing well.
I love this shirt.
Yeah, he stands with everybody but himself.
It stands with everybody but America. But also, a real funny thing, you see Canada right there. For one thing, Greenland isn't a country. It's owned by Denmark.
Couldn't feel better. Couldn't feel healthy.
Did you hit play, Nick?
I've been in the gym just about every day.
He has not. But Canada, like the same day that this was recorded.
Unfortunately, I have to.
But Canada, the same day that this was recorded, actually backed down on the tariffs, and they're removing all their. They're agreeing with. They're going to go ahead and agree with Trump's trade. With his trade deal. So yeah, like Canada got rid of all their they increased tariffs on a lot of stuff, as a reaction to Trump's tariffs, and they backed down. They're going with the Trump's trade deal this day.
No, is it Trudeau? Is he still up there?
No, it's new.
It's new
PM.
New but same, but new.
Yeah. It's basically the same person, yeah.
Yeah.
But also Greenland isn't a country.
use my computer microphone. But hey, it's not the production. It never has been. Nor will it ever be furniture. I'm not technically savvy, if you will. But welcome to Politics Plus. I'm going to be joined with my two good buddies who
good God,
I've been talking to off the air, of course. Brian Karam and the Army Major Richard Ojeda.
Skull, John.
As I am freaking angry as hell about what is going on in this incredibly fascist country that we have become. Jay Warren, 333.
I love that.
It's a lie. The crime is rampant.
Jeez.
How'd that move ahead?
Rock and roll.
Is that you, Nick? Are you touching the video?
My two good buddies who I've been talking to off the air.
I'm not touching anything, dude.
Okay.
That's weird.
I must have fat fingered a clip or something. It's a very small box.
That's
I got to work with
as I am freaking angry as hell about what is going on in this
Your false outrage.
incredibly fascist country that we
Yeah, he doesn't even know what's going on.
Jay Warren, 333 with the first super chat.
And of course, Brian Karam does shut him down on all that too, on the being a fascist country.
Do you support free marijuana? I don't know if it should be free, but I do support it to be legal. As you know, let's just say I dabble in the
Yes, John, we know.
sativa strain of marijuana. First, let me bring on the Army Major Richard Ojeda. How are you, buddy?
What's up, my brother?
Great.
Been a long time.
It's been way too long, and everyone
Dick?
knows the Army Major, my good friend, a loyal friend,
Richard.
for
Ojeda.
God knows how long now, Army
Ojeda?
Major.
Ojeda.
It's Ojeda, but John calls him Ojeda.
About 5 years, and we still are good friends, and we do talk a lot. In fact,
It says a lot that John has to say that.
Well, let's
or
bring in
feels he
our
needs
other
to say
good
that.
buddy.
His very good friend Richard Ojeda, who is currently running for North Carolina representative.
God help us.
Well, don't worry. The district he's running in votes like 75% Republican.
Thank God.
He's got not a single chance in hell.
If he's not busy calling, what did he do? I think somebody ran him off the road or something, or he had like an altercation with somebody in a vehicle, and he ended up calling that person's employer and trying to get him in trouble. Richard did. I think.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he
Yeah,
did.
I don't remember the specifics, but there was a whole fucking thing where he did something fucked up because
something like that. I'm getting the story wrong, but
I
it's
think
along those lines.
Vince the lawyer used to bring it up all the time in
Yeah.
chat to bust his fucking balls and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but John never brings up that his good friend and buddy that he talks to all the time, and definitely good friends, is running for a representative seat in North Carolina. Never brings it up. In fact, Ojeda has to bring it up. But yeah, you'll see he gets hot and bothered.
Talented writer, comedian, dancer, author, podcast host, and one hell of a cool, good guy. Brian Karam, how are you, Brian?
I'm alive. Good to see you guys. Richard, John, it's been a long time since we've rock and rolled.
Yes, it has been, but I am happy to be back.
You can tell he's cool by the sunglasses.
Yeah, man.
Oh, just like Deft, yeah. Deft's on it.
But I'll tell you guys, it's gotten so bad in this country. I just said I have to do this again because what we're seeing with
It's
the
so
masked
incredibly bad.
men who are too fucking cowardly to show their faces while they take some U.S. citizens away and
Are you
unmarked
talking about Dean Cain? You guys,
marked cars or whatever, unmarked cars, whatever you. I mean, this is just really. If you don't realize now,
so are they marked or unmarked?
This is 1936 Germany all over again. Then I don't know what.
I don't know how many times John says that in this one.
Because you guys, I mean, I'll ask you, I'm a major as a man who served this.
All right. Thank you. Everything is finally synced up. I just have to explain what I was just dealing with. Everyone probably appreciated it because I was very quiet the whole time. I could hear Deft in real time, but everything Liquid said I had a 5-second delay on.
Oh man.
So it was like, there were times where no one was talking, but I wouldn't say anything because I didn't know if Liquid was talking. You know what I mean? I only talked if Deft talked and Deft stopped. I would say something right away because then I was like, I'm hearing Deft in real time, but I was hearing Liquid in 5 or 6 second delay. So it was fucking me up. It's finally all synced. Here we go, baby.
You were doing good, Nick.
Did I pull off that?
Yeah, you pulled it off quite well.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah. So like Liquid, like I couldn't. Deft I could see fine in StreamYard, and you were like frozen in StreamYard to me. Obviously you're not frozen, so I had the YouTube video playing separately, so everything that was said I would also hear 5 seconds later, and then I would hear your voice whenever you talked 5 seconds later. So it was just like,
all right, let's start the show again.
I'm
Hit
trying
the intro.
to sync everything. I'm like, all right, I'm only going to talk after Deft talks until this fixes itself, because I never know when Liquid's talking until 5 seconds after he started talking. So all right, sweet, here we go. We're good.
And we're all good. We're all good to go. All right.
Yeah, rock on.
Sweet.
Let's continue. Yeah, of course he's talking about ICE, and they're masking up, and probably because it's funny. They complained these ICE agents. They're got the masks and stuff. The unmarked cars. They literally I see people on X all the time saying, the only reason they mask up are they'll say something like, they shouldn't be masked or something like that. We should know who they are. And then they'll immediately say, so that we can go find their families and shit. It's like,
exactly.
Well, why do you think they're masked then? It's like you're literally sitting here publicly saying you want to cause them and their family harm.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be allowed to say stuff like that. That's crazy.
I'm on both sides. I agree with Deft where, yes, those threats, go find those fucking people that are threatening. But I also think law enforcement, because all other law enforcement has to identify themselves and show their fucking faces. So I think they should too. And if these assholes threaten to go fucking do that shit, fucking find them and round them fucking up. So I'm on both sides of it. I don't think
I can see where you're coming from, Nick. Because you can get like copycat people that just go out there wearing masks, like trying to identify as ICE, but they're just people, just trying to grab people. I don't think that happens that much, though.
So I doubt I doubt it does too. I did watch someone on YouTube. Now, granted, I did not investigate to see if this shit happens, but he kind of did a video showing how cheaply and easily you can make yourself look just like an ICE agent, which he did. He looked just like an ICE agent. And he made claims that people are doing it. I don't know if they are or not, but just the fact that they can, it's I don't think they should be doing that, but obviously I don't think they should be threatening people's families either. So find those fucking assholes too and get rid of them. So I'm on both sides of that one.
I'll have to agree with Nick. I'm going to go with Nick on this one. Yeah, I don't think they should be masked up, but I mean, obviously there's a reason why. But also, if they're going to get threatened, then go find those people around them up too.
Yep, 100%, 100%,
100%.
Country, and I believe 4 tours, Army Major.
His very good friend, Richard Ojeda, known him for years. No idea how long he spent in the military.
In Jordan, but yeah.
Can you really fathom that we're seeing what you fought for all those years? We're seeing it just destroyed by one really stupid, fat, bloated piece of garbage.
Yeah, I didn't know John was in politics.
Yeah.
I didn't know John was the president.
Yeah, I know.
Off topic. Did you guys watch his show today, dude? So Eckel was on at the same time. So of course I'm gonna support my boy and I'm watching Eckel. Then I'm like, let me check John out for 5 minutes, dude. I love Clay and I don't mind Rob, but they were just sucking John's knob, and I couldn't take more than 3 fucking minutes of it, and I had to fucking thought I was gonna puke. I had to fucking leave. I couldn't take it.
They were happy he was back.
I still need to watch it. My Kick channel caught it. Also, my Kick channel caught the drunk stream too. For anybody who wants to go watch that, last night or yesterday, where he was like super fucking hammered.
He was off screen for that, right?
Yeah. He wasn't on camera. Yeah,
but he was hammered.
Oh yeah.
And of course,
that's our John.
Talk about it later. But,
All right.
What's sad is that he's using the military. He's using the military to try to, intimidate people. He's threatening to invade, states that are ran by Democratic leaders. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump,
because it seems like they're not letting the law enforcement do their job.
When it starts to seem like people are really starting to talk about the Epstein files, he's got to do something to divert everybody's attention. So now he's invaded, Washington, D.C. Look, I just got home from Washington, D.C. yesterday. And what I saw was a bunch of soldiers sitting on friggin' curbs, basically bored as shit. And because once again,
so are they doing something or they aren't doing something?
D.C. is experiencing a 30-year low in crime. Don't listen to Donald Trump putting boots on the streets. Those soldiers are just sitting there basically bored shitless. Probably.
But what else are they going to be doing, Richard?
Concrete floors and wondering, when somebody will come by and finally bring their chow to them.
So does he want them going around kicking in doors? Would he be happier then?
Yeah, I know. He's kind of like that's the way they talk, though. That's the way they talk. It doesn't. What they say doesn't really make any sense when you start thinking about it.
And also keep in mind these are National Guard. Richard kind of like always sort of goes around that and just says military soldiers, all that stuff, but he never says it's National Guard. This is literally what they do. It's sort of their job.
So not to defend Ojeda, I think the point he's trying to make, and I saw the first 20 minutes of this, so I saw a little bit past this when he was live, so I know where they go, and where they go drives me nuts. But I think the point he's trying to make is that there was no need to call them in because they're just sitting there twiddling their fucking thumbs, not doing anything. I personally think
their presence, their presence will do something to them.
That's what I think. The presence is the deterrent.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's odd that he didn't call them in first term when crime was way higher than it is now. I think he's calling it in now. Hey, Jake. Hey, Jake's lawyers.
Jake, what's up, buddy?
I don't know which one that was for because now Deft is now blocked, guilty by association. So,
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's what he said, Deft.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into it. Sorry.
I'm trying to stick. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and drag people. Anyway. I just thought it was weird he didn't do it the first term. When I think now it is an Epstein distraction, and whatever, and distractions are other things. If you get people thinking that there's fucking anarchy and the fucking streets are more dangerous than they are, then maybe you can turn this into what the fuck's it called? I'm gonna have a brain cramp, so one of you can take over. But anyway,
well, crime has gone down in DC.
Yes.
I mean, just obviously because of the presence of the National Guard, I'd imagine go down for that.
I meant beforehand, but also these idiots are going to underestimate how the crime is too. So that's the problem.
Of course,
it has gone down, but then these idiots act like fucking Washington D.C. is fucking Shangri-La when it's still a fucking violent fucking city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty well known. It has been for decades that there are parts in DC that you just don't go to. Oh, and I love
Mayor Barry or Marion Barry, where when he was the mayor of DC, you could just watch it go downhill. It was fast too.
That was the guy who did the crack, right?
Yeah, bitch set me up. Yeah, the bitch set him up.
Yeah. Jake, real quick. So Ava's not here. It's not her show. And she she did a bit, which is fine, but she did a bit which had you take out 30 fucking people because you listened to Ava instead of listen. Jake, why didn't you come listen live for that?
Can we make this not the Jake show?
You're right. I just want to
make this the one show that we do that is not about Jake.
I just want to bring up one point, then we'll move on. Jake, if you could show up for a fucking political show, you could have showed up about a show about you if you really cared what we said. All right. That's it. No more Jake.
Yeah. I mean, we can do some shows later.
You're 100% right. I don't even want to do any more shows on the dude. I'm good.
Did you digress?
Yeah, I'm done with it.
Are you digressing, Nick?
I'm digressing. He was a fucking.
I have digressed.
So I'm done. I'm good.
Digress back. Yeah.
There is very little grass left.
But at the end of the day, this is all about show for Donald Trump, so he can feel like he's a big tough guy and hopefully scare other leaders into submission. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. The guy's
done.
Piece of shit. He's the worst person, the dumbest person, the laziest person
Richard?
to ever occupy the chair. Period.
Oh, Ojeda gets going.
Brian, I mean, how do you feel about the as Kim Jong
as someone who lives in the DC area, I've been to high school football games that are more dangerous.
Can anybody guess where Karam lives? I know where he lives. He lives in Maryland. And he basically lives in the rich, upscale part of Maryland, right outside of DC. He lives in a very, very wealthy neighborhood.
Oh, I'm sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, yes, I would imagine that he doesn't ever see the violence of DC because he doesn't ever go to those places.
Yeah, this is the partisan fucking hackery echo chamber. Like, if Biden was president and did something to try and stop crime, trust me, they would act like crime was high in DC. But because it's and even though I disagree with what Trump's doing, they're just acting like I said, it's fucking Shangri-La over there because it's not their guy, it's the other guy. So I fucking can't stand this shit.
Yeah, that's why these shows are so great, because these guys are such hacks. They just don't know anything about politics, which is wild for Ojeda, as he has been a politician, and Karam, because he is in the White House press pool. So it's wild. I mean, John, sure, but these other two, it's just wild the things they say.
Then Washington D.C., even after midnight, when the vampires of Georgetown roam the alleys, there's nothing any inherently dangerous about Washington D.C. The simple fact of the matter is, Richard.
Yeah, not when you stay. Yeah, not when you stay around the Capitol buildings and the various buildings where there's guards.
Trump trying to
you going to all the upscale restaurants and stuff. That's where Brian goes.
Chicago, as if and if you don't understand what Donald Trump is all about, I don't know how to tell you other than the fact that I watched a National Guard truck pull up. These guys are unarmed. They're sitting by the curb, like Richard said. They even placed a pan under the poor piece of crap that they were driving was leaking oil, and they placed a pan underneath the truck as they sat there doing nothing, twiddling their thumbs, waiting to go home.
Is he saying pan?
I have a hard time believing what they're saying.
And waiting for someone to bring them.
Yeah, he said a pan.
Yeah, it sounded like pen both times, but I just assume it's pan because of fucking oil. But yeah, learn how to fucking talk, you drunk. The fuck? Ojeda's the only sober fucking guy on the fucking screen. Jesus.
Yeah, and he's a psycho.
Yeah.
For some food. So it's all for show. It's all for naught, folks. I have been, yesterday in the Oval Office was probably the most disgusting day of every disgusting day that Donald Trump is in the office. It never, there is no worst. It only gets worse every day. But he sat there and said that he would have to invade Chicago, that for the first time in history, there were no murders for a week in Washington, D.C. That's a lie. The crime is rampant. That's a lie. That there are roving gang. He made it sound like a dystopia from Mad Max. That's a lie. None of anything that he said anymore is, other than when he says his name, and even that I'm not sure about anymore. But when he says his name, that's the truth. Everything else he says is a lie.
Well, no. I'll tell you another truth. His love for Putin, because I wanted to get to the Army Major.
It's not love. It's not love. He does not love Putin. He's intimidated by Putin. He would love to intimidate Putin. In fact, when he went to Alaska, he gaggled with the press, and Steve Hoffman.
See, these are the kind of people, they do not talk to other people that disagree with them. So they do not like the idea of actually talking to Putin because that means you're talking to somebody you disagree with. And if you talk to somebody, that means you agree with them, right? Right, Nick?
Yes, so
That's
the way they think.
No.
Yeah, when you have a dialogue with somebody, that just automatically means you agree with them.
Of course. Did you see how quickly John changed? Not that John, I don't know if he changed his opinion, but he didn't fight that aspect. He's like, he loves Putin. And Brian's like, no, he doesn't. And John's just like, okay.
John will never speak.
I've never seen
against
someone
anyone.
that knows so little about politics having a fucking political show. I don't. It blows my fucking mind. Like, why do this, John? If you don't know what the fuck, if you don't have an opinion on fucking anything, your opinion is whatever MSNBC says, whatever CNN says, and whatever these two fucking jackaloons fucking say.
Look at that smug. Look at that smug expression he has on his face right now, John.
Dude, they're also. I think Kara might be the most smug out of the fucking three, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like,
He is.
Yeah, it says
Talking
he's saying
about
a
the
lot,
pause
but
frame.
he is a smug motherfucker.
Punk.
No, I'd say
Punk.
John. I'm gonna defend John here. He does not get his news from MSNBC, etc. He gets his news from JoJo from Jurors and Brooklyn Dad Defiant and Mark Hamill on X.
Oh, the ex Blue No Matter Who's. All right, I got
What
you.
were those?
Yeah, that's
what
where
was
he
that
gets
show
his-
called? The Michelin Boys, or what was it called? The
Midas Touch.
Midas Touch Michelin. Midas Touch. Yeah.
And I'm sure he follows them too.
I'm
I think
sure.
it was Steve Holland. I'll give him his props from Reuters. Asked Donald Trump about meeting with Putin. He said, "What do you expect?" At first, he didn't say anything. Then he said he expected
Veg.
an immediate ceasefire. And he said that Putin had recently bombed or was continuing drone strikes, and he thinks killing people gives him an edge in negotiating. He says, that's wrong, and I'm not going to put up with it. And then he left with nothing. So he's intimidated by Putin and is jealous of Putin and fanboyed him out yesterday in the Oval Office. He said,
Holding that stupid picture.
yeah, I have
called
I have
negotiation.
an autographed picture from my girlfriend. Oh, it's great. Yeah, no,
But-
he's not. That's not love. That's Donald Trump. He would love to get over on Putin,
But what is love?
He can't. And
Baby, don't hurt me.
Let me
No
throw this out
more.
too. Now they're talking about arming. Making sure that the National Guardsmen walking around Washington D.C.
Yeah.
are going to be armed. Let me tell you something. You got to be really careful when you arm American troops and put them on the streets, because make no mistake about
National
it. If something
Guard.
happens, if
That's
somebody
literally their
gets a little
job.
too fired up, and if anybody gets wounded, shot, killed, it's going to be like Kent State.
4 dead in Ohio. Thank you,
That's
Richard.
right.
It's
4 dead in Ohio.
Oh, shut up, John.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And make
Is
no
that a
mistake about it,
song?
it's not going
It
to.
is. He ruined that fucking song.
Anybody in a
It's a good song,
No,
actually.
what is this?
4
4 dead in Ohio. I actually
Is it
didn't
a
look it
song?
up because I
I
don't
thought-
care.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys
what
don't
is
know that song? There was
No.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. It was
I don't mean the song. I mean they're talking
Oh,
about 4 dead in
yes.
Ohio.
it was
Sorry,
the, it was
Liquid.
it was the
I'm
Kent
sorry.
State. Remember in the
Oh,
16th
okay.
stage? Yeah, it was about that. Yeah, the college kids that got killed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't look it up
positive life.
because these
Even
guys.
our soldiers.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
and once again, Donald Trump then don't care. They look at the military as their own little personal, scare tactic.
Losers and suckers.
Garbage.
Army Major, but
Yep.
the one thing you and I did discuss, and Brian, this is what we talked about, how sad it was that United States soldiers had to roll out, get on their knees and roll out a red carpet for Vladimir the dictator fucking Putin.
Good
I
God.
mean, Army Major, you as a soldier, how does that make you feel to see these guys? They have to fucking get on their knees for this fucking asshole.
Nobody got on their. Did they get on their knees?
Exactly.
Yeah, well, when rolling out a carpet, you got to kind of get down there and roll it
Yeah,
out.
That's a little different, John. That's a little different.
This is why
Rolling
I'm
out
saying
the
he
damn
gets all the.
carpet.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying he gets all his news from the regular scumbags on X that Blue No Matter Who's. They actually put up a picture with a couple of National Guard. Are they National Guard there? I don't know. But they're down on their knees, putting the carpet down, and the caption is saying that Donald Trump ordered them to, get on their knees and bow before Putin,
Jeez.
and that's what John is talking about. But no, it was just one picture that was taken while they were getting things set up.
Okay.
This is one of those issues that I call like a no thought issue, where like now that I think about it, yeah, you know what, it ain't the best look, but I would not be shocked if I look back and there were other presidents that rolled out red carpets or other fucking asshole dictators. But so it doesn't bother me enough to fucking care about it.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't even think about it, so I don't even care.
Is Trump also walking on that red carpet?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like it's not just for Putin.
No, and also the red carpet. They'll bring it up here. It's hilarious. I'll just let it go.
Okay.
But yeah, the whole Putin thing is just dumb. It's just like, hey, how else are you supposed to negotiate with somebody? Of course, we know how these guys want to. What their solution is give more arms and money to Ukraine. Is their solution to dealing with Putin?
No, thank you, John.
And that's what shows you that Donald Trump looks at our troops as nothing more than props. That's it. To sit and watch American soldiers on their knees rolling out a red carpet to a murderous dictator who has kidnapped over 40,000 children from Ukraine. And Donald Trump wants to give him the red carpet treatment? I mean,
Not
this
only
is
that,
absolute garbage. I mean,
he stood in front of
Brian's cracking up over there.
and F-22s with Putin. These are the reason why those are there in Alaska, because they have to, on occasion, escort Russian bombers that have strayed into our airspace back into their airspace. They're there to patrol Russia.
Yeah, that's so funny, Brian.
That's part of our
that's so funny
force against Russia, and he used
so
them as props in front of Putin. What?
Yeah, here they are saying that Trump is weak and stuff like that. It's literally showing American military superiority, parading Putin right in front of American military superiority. Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
They don't know.
He's
riffing. Brian's riffing over there.
Yeah, he's Mr. Stand Up right there. So
put down the pen, Brian.
Real quick, I'm gonna speak for myself and Liquid here. Like, I do want to have Brandon on again sometime to ask him some questions. Like, that was the plan tonight, to interview him for a half hour, an hour, and then watch the John shit. But because we're gonna cut that down a little bit, just because I think we're gonna stop the Joey thing. But since my fucking StreamYard was all fucked up, I suggested going straight to this because I don't know how I was gonna ask questions when I was hearing delays or whatever. But Brandon, I want to apologize for having to change things on you on the fly, but appreciate you adjusting and just going with us, man. We enjoy having you here. And
I mean, he wore a tie and everything.
Yeah, I know, man. I do have.
Oh shit, he wore a tie. I just fucking like.
No, this is embarrassing. I'm gonna take the tie off.
No, dude, it's fucking like I do want to do that with you, dude, because I think you're one of the more interesting people to ask those questions to, because like Liquid and I, you don't trust the government, but like I said, you have some great theories that some I agree with, some I've never heard of. So I think it'd be interesting. So I definitely want to do that again sometime. I just I said we were gonna probably stop the thing anyway, but with the Joey, because I think Joey stopped, but did want to ask you some questions, but with my StreamYard all fucked up, I wasn't really sure how I was gonna navigate that, so I kind of panicked and I put the fucking package up. So sorry about that, but thank you. All right, cool.
No, we pivoted, and this is some really good stuff. So I'll stop pausing it so often, so we can get through it.
What kind of at some point in time,
we'll just talk over it.
Off the wall bad. And look, let's not mince words. I've covered Trump, the first administration and this administration. Donald Trump is, and as bad as he was the first administration, this is not the same Donald Trump. If you believe that Joe Biden was slid into senility, Donald Trump took the ice water plunge. He's gone. He's got handlers, and there are people holding his leash, and their name is Susan Weil, and the other one is Stephen Miller.
And I would like to point out that these three were literally doing a show when Biden dropped out of the race, and they were told, and John's answer was, "I don't believe you."
You don't believe he was walking around like a dead man. He was not like dead men don't walk around. He was walking around like a robot, and you don't believe him.
Well, no, this is when Biden dropped out of the race.
Yeah, I would believe. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I would believe that he dropped out because it looked like Biden was on his last legs.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't looking good. It was after the terrible his terrible showing at the debate with Trump.
Yeah.
It was like a little bit after that he dropped out, but and keep in mind, Brian Karem, and he'll say it here again, states that he has insider contacts with the White House. He wasn't told that Biden dropped out. He was told that Biden went to the hospital right after he dropped out, But it was like 30 minutes later. So Karam does not have any insider contacts. Especially
real Nazi in the underbrush.
Yep.
He's the Nazi in the woodshed. He's even wearing brown suits.
Yeah, but and he's a Jewish man, but he's aiding the next Hitler right now. It's amazing.
The next Hitler.
Self-loathing, probably gay Jewish man. Yes.
Okay, we have a lot to cover, especially
how petty of Brian.
Redistricting fiasco. But I mean, there is so much, and I can't believe. Now we all know Donald Trump's approval ratings at the lowest of any president. I think even lower than his first time as president. This is the lowest approval rating.
And imagine that more people like Richard Nixon than like Donald Trump. That gives you an idea.
And then we're going to talk about the new thanks for making a reference to Nixon. This is our new Watergate, the Epstein file cover-up. Getting 1,000 FBI agents to redact his fucking name. And then, this is my favorite one, guys. And you guys got to laugh at this. And I know Army Major and I talked about this. Ghislaine Maxwell. Donald Trump was never around doing anything inappropriate. And now she's in Club Fed.
Quote her correctly. She was never in a position to see anything inappropriate. What does that mean? You set it up and then you left? The question I want answered that I continue to ask, and I keep getting ghosted.
I don't know, but I'm sure you'll tell us, Brian.
And especially his presidential PEP secretary, Caroline Leavitt, who all you need to do is give her a set of pom-poms and a cheerleader skirt, and she's there. But for the love of God, here's the question. Did Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein ever set Donald up on a date? I don't care if she never saw him do anything inappropriate. Epstein.
What a weird way to
for the love of God, Donald Trump is.
Why don't you care, Brian?
Yeah.
Their takes on the whole. I mean, we've already been over this. Actually, I haven't been with Deft. What do you think about the lack of releasing of the Epstein files?
It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me really sick to my stomach. It makes me not want to trust. Like I was kind of, I like Trump, but now it kind of like really makes me feel like he's just one of them, and they're just covering up stuff again.
Yeah,
it's very disgusting because it's not just like it's like they're murdering these babies. It seems like it's really disgusting things that you find out when you really look deep into it, and a lot of people don't want to look into it and what's really going on behind closed doors. It's like it gets really sick.
So Carla asks, why didn't the Biden administration release Trump's name then, John? So I will give you my theory, Carla. So
I don't know if Trump's in on it or not, but it's like, why don't you release the names? It's like there's so many powerful people on that list.
That's the problem.
It will shake up everything.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's one of those people, but it could be that there's so many big people on that it could just destroy like everything. It will make you not trust anything when these names come out.
So I've already said it that I honestly 100%, not that I know 100%, but I fully think Trump is on the list. Just like I think fucking Bill Clinton's on the list and a million other fucking powerful politicians and billionaires and all
there's
that
pictures
shit.
Yeah, there's pictures out there. I don't know, and with AI nowadays you don't know what pictures are real or not, but if these pictures are real, then yeah, Trump is on that list.
Yeah, so either way, what we have is powerful people covering for powerful people. Biden didn't release it because Bill Clinton and Bill Gates and all these other fucking people are on there, and Trump's not releasing it because I believe he's on there and some other fucking probably right-wing people. But one side can't rat out the other side because they're all in there. They're all in it. So if like a Democrat releases the list and just releases Trump and tries to redact like Bill Clinton and all that, they'll be like, fuck you, dude. All these fucking Dems were there. And if Trump does the opposite, they'll be like, fuck you, dude. You and the fucking Republicans were there. So it's just power. Even if you don't think Trump is on the list, then Trump's covering for Bill Clinton and all these other powerful people. Like that's what's going on. So,
exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Trump. I would say I would be surprised if Trump was on the list. But we went over this before. Basically, it's his buddies are on the list.
I feel like I've looked in like the Freemasons and everything. Every president is a Freemason. Trump is a Freemason. You can see the symbolism around him. Freemasons, they're good men when they get into it, but they really don't know what they're getting into. Well, some of them do, but it gets really sick and disturbing once you get really high up into it. And yeah, they do really, really sick stuff in their occult activities. It's just a cult.
Yeah, so we'll listen to them.
We'll
listen to their hot take.
Is smart enough to know not to do something on camera, and probably knew there were cameras all over Epstein Island. The key to this is understanding that this is a self-inflicted wound. Donald Trump gave himself. He came out 2 weeks. This is why the story isn't going to go away. And MAGA doesn't want to go away. And I will tell you right now, I never had on my bingo card that the unifying force in the United States of America these days would be Jeff Epstein. But here it is. The far left and the far right are both saying the exact same thing. Release all of the files, because Donald Trump came out and said, asked by a reporter, said that Jeff Epstein stole an underage girl who was working at the Mar-a-Lago spa. Now, he didn't say that she gave a resume and then, and got a better job. He said that he stole her as if she were a piece of property. And that, my friends, is the tip-off. And that is exactly why Donald Trump is getting eaten alive by this, because once he came out and said he would release all of these files. And then once he didn't, the conspiratorial minded, already thinking there is a conspiracy and believe that rich people are getting away with all kinds of things, including, Hillary Clinton selling kids in slavery in the backs of a shop
cheese
somewhere.
Pizza.
They tie it all together. And you can do a lot of stuff in the name of Christianity, but pedophilia is still one of the things that most people don't like. So as he,
I don't know where he gets Christianity from.
Why did he pull in the Christianity?
More like a man that's guilty.
They have this straw man of all Republicans that they're all Christians.
Go away. This is one issue that will not go away.
I voted for Trump, and I'm very much not a Christian.
Yeah, is he a good Catholic?
On camera. First off,
I have no idea.
I don't know who
he looks like one. Might act like one.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was Karam.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Karam was a Catholic preacher, or was
Are
a.
you serious?
Yeah, he was in the clergy. Earlier in his life.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't
Did
be
they
talking
move him
about
around
Epstein then, buddy. Yeah, did he get redistricted? Fucking weirdo. Fuck.
We did what?
So Carla, that's a fair question. I mean, not a fair question, a fair statement. Yeah, but I think if you've been on the plane like 10 times, 12 times, if you're one or two times on the plane, maybe, or sharing a plane, like I got to admit, I'm a big Noam Chomsky fan, but he was on the plane with Epstein or some shit like that, and yeah, it made me look at him differently. I'm skeptical now. You have to be, but some of these guys were just like, look, Trump and Clinton are fucking dogs. They're fucking horn dogs. They love young women. Fucking, they were friends with Epstein.
He grabbed her by the pussy, Nick.
To me, I'd be shocked if they weren't both on there. So I guess, like, I don't know, but whatever. Trump's covering for something, and it does infuriate me that all of a sudden now the Democrats fucking care. Because they didn't fucking care when Biden was fucking president, because they didn't want their boy Bill Clinton and those other guys getting fucking.
Well, in the end, is it Trump's decision to release it?
Yeah.
Is it all Trump?
I believe it is, yeah. Because Trump is the highest source of classification. The president is the highest source of classification.
Well, then
he can declassify anything. Yeah, he can literally declassify anything. I actually looked this up, with, when they were going in the first term, Trump, they're going over all the, classified documents that Trump had. And I actually looked up the classifications, and Obama put in an executive order at a specific time when, there were some email things going around, and basically stating that the classification owner can revoke any classifications. Like each department has their, is responsible, is the classification owner for classifying documents, and any of them can just basically just say it's no longer classified. There's no, I mean, obviously they will have to tell somebody so that it can be marked as it, but they don't really have to. Actually, they could just literally just pull anything out and say, okay, I'm the classification owner on this. This is now declassified, and show it. The highest level is the president and the vice president on that. They can declassify anything.
Really?
Yeah. Anything from anywhere.
They got a lot of people in the ear telling them not to.
Oh yeah,
Obama did that in an executive order. As I said, for at around a certain time when there was some questions about some emails that somebody had and a server.
Oh, that cunt. Oops.
Yeah, that's why that was put in there. So basically, everything by the State Department, since that certain person was the head of the State Department and the classification owner, can basically declassify all those emails just by saying they're declassified now. So yeah, that's how all that works. Where we at? Oh yeah, Epstein.
She's lying. And he's on camera right now saying, well, she said she liked it. I mean, this is who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump says, no, it wasn't me. And then once it comes out, he just goes, well, when they asked him, do you think it's acceptable to grab women by the you-know-what? He was like, well, over the last million years, I guess that's been virtually true.
The fuck is he even talking about now?
He's talking about the last million years.
Oh, okay.
How about him on Howard Stern? He was on Howard Stern saying he liked to speak into the Miss USA
So are you,
pageant
John.
girls.
You did a lot of crazy things.
And that's actually untrue.
Wasn't that the Miss Teenage?
Miss Teen
Yes.
USA, and
Teen USA.
one person
Hold on, this guy
accused
wants
him
to
of
answer
that,
the question.
and it was dropped
Everybody
when
knows
no
fascism is the
other
push of
girl that was
far-right
there at the time
and
corroborated
political
that story.
ideology that
They all said, no,
prioritizes
he
the nation
didn't come
above
into the
all
dressing room.
else. Often expressed through a cult of personality around the powerful leader, even though he's weak. Strident nationalism.
If you look on X,
I'm stuttering. Cult of military.
Dabblers Anonymous put this video up and said,
democratic life.
we're going to read the definition of fascism so I know what it means.
Individual rights. Everybody knows that. Why are you asking me such a stupid question? Thank you.
Well, as it relates to current government, I don't characterize it as completely fascist government. I believe that Donald Trump is worse than a fascist government. He just had the government take over 10% of Intel. Now, excuse me, folks, but
it seems like something somebody should look up, right?
Democratic Republic.
Yeah.
Well, I did. It's part of the CHIPS Act. That Biden, under Biden, yeah, it's part of the CHIPS Act.
Yeah, that's a problem. People never seem to. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that shit on both sides where they'll complain about something and it's like, yeah, that was under the president you supposedly fucking like, you dumb fuck. So, okay, I don't care anymore. Like, these fucking guys drive me fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching this because I can't watch these political shows like all the way. Goodness gracious. But you are right. Brian is by far the smuggest of all three.
No doubt. And then he's going to tell you later that we actually, does he say it in this? I've heard him say a million times. We probably fucking said in this show that you need to talk to people. We got he's so smug and then acts like we got to reach out. It's like, you're the one calling everyone a fucking idiot. You're the one calling everyone a fucking jackaloon with the fucking jackaloon fucking next to you. You're smug as fuck. And then you think people are going to fucking vote the way you want to vote or support the shit you support. You can't talk to people that way, dude.
Yeah, keep it up, Brian. Keep it up.
Yeah, Brian does do that towards the end. And but, my favorite part is Richard Ojeda does getting on a rant and start threatening people about how, Republicans are assholes and stuff like that. And then, fades back into, you should come over to our side type thing. And it's like, you're not very convincing, You just spent, an hour calling me an asshole and how you want to kick my ass. And then you're like, well, why don't you come? Well, you should vote Democrat. It's like, well, I'm not going to vote Democrat. You shouldn't expect me to vote Democrat any more than I'd expect him to vote Republican.
They're so bad at this that I probably agree with John on more shit than I don't, but he fucking shit all over, like all three of these guys. You know what I mean? I remember when fucking one of them, I think it was Ojeda, because of some question, I put a real fucking question into their fucking show while Biden was president. And they're like, why don't you go try and start a union? Why don't you? I'm like, how the fuck do you know I didn't try to start a union at my company, you dumb fuck? Because I fucking did. So fuck off. I can't stand how fucking, so they don't know people. They just try to judge everybody by fucking whatever the fuck they think. You can't fit everyone in this fucking tiny box, dude. And they're fucking, God, I'm getting angry tonight. You don't get angry.
No, that's fine, man. These guys are, I had to take it in small bits all day because they anger up the blood pretty easily.
Yeah, they do.
With their stupidity.
So frustrating.
And what is the overriding economic policy of our country? Capitalism. This is a government control. What happened to the free market when the government takes over individual companies? This is unprecedented, unheard of. It's a hybrid of fascism that is worse than fascism. It's a combination of fascism and communism. And for those who believe that Donald Trump is the ultimate in reality, I have to tell you,
fascism and communism are two kind of polar opposites, and they really do hate each other.
I'll add
that. Fascists and communists are very much hate each other.
Just to get to some of these, Rev Fugly, you have a chippy from Stevie Tomatoes. I'll sell it to you for $50. Let me know. No, thank you. Anyway, so let's get into the redistricting. This is really, I mean, how can you be an American citizen and watch Donald Trump ask Greg Abbott, we need to find, just like he did in Georgia, we need to have 5 more House seats.
Keep your fingers out of the camera.
So can you gerrymander more of Texas? And of course, Abbott, his lapdog, does it. Now, Brian, you and I had a disagreement on the phone. Now, I love what Gavin Newsom's doing. You had an opposing opinion. I love
said nobody.
That he said, all right, well, then I'm going to do the same thing in California. And if I can remember correctly, Brian,
is that why you left California, John?
No, here's
I would like to point out that of these 3 people, only one of them actually lives in a blue state, Karam. John ran away from California, lives in Florida.
Yep.
And of course, Richard Ojeda is in North Carolina.
Yeah,
he's always lived in the South.
Yeah, John lives in Cape Coral, where the turd trenches are, the shit canals.
Yep.
the Vince used to call them.
Oh, and I have a little extra thing. If you want to switch over to the other thing I'm presenting, Nick, I thought it was pretty interesting.
Sure. Let me see.
Now, keep in mind, they're saying that Texas is the most gerrymandered state in the country. This is the current congressional map for Texas, right? This is Dallas Fort Worth. Where is this? They have out near Galveston, and then down here. Okay, that's pretty bad, huh? That's really gerrymandered.
Yeah.
All right. This is what they're going for. This is what they approved. I mean, it seems to me like they're less gerrymandered.
But that doesn't go against go with their agenda.
Right. And also keep in mind the 3, a little bit over here in El Paso. Yeah, those are the 4 spots. Well, now 4. It was 3. Well, with El Paso, but El Paso's all the way out there. Yeah, that's the most gerrymandered state. Now, have you seen a map of the California congressional districts?
Not lately.
No, I haven't.
I'm not going to bring that up, but go ahead and check it out. I couldn't find a good map that I could zoom in and out like I could here. But there's whole parts where just basically like the whole coastal area is a district, and then the area just a few miles in is a different district, where it's like a whole like several hundred miles piece of California, stuff like that. And of course, San Francisco and LA are just wildly gerrymandered. They got even little tiny pockets of just like neighborhoods that are a district.
Yeah, I got to go with both. I mean,
Pandora's box. There's no box.
Both these
They all do it. But I'm just saying Texas. Texas specifically, as you can tell, not really gerrymandered. Well, was kind of gerrymandered, and they're sort of getting rid of it.
They're seeing how much they can cheat and get away with it. Both sides are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying that both sides aren't guilty of it. I'm just sort of pointing out in this specific instance,
they're wrong again.
Imagine that.
Yeah, God, I hate to nip. I don't know. Like, it's tough to tell from the map. I get what you're saying. They cut out that fucking blue that was connected to the other blue or whatever. But it was. I mean, it's not like the Republicans are in charge down there, but they're not gonna fuck around and fuck themselves. So obviously, I think they're fucking around to try and help themselves. Just like obviously Newsom's trying to fuck around to help himself as retaliation. But
what's the point of redistricting? Yeah.
In return, whatever. This is what's in the news now instead of the fucking important shit. This is what they always fucking do.
Distract.
Drives me nuts. Distraction.
But yeah, I just want to go back and just make the point again. I'm not saying that the Republicans are not guilty.
I know.
I'm saying they both are. I'm just saying in this particular instance, it looks to me more like they're removing a lot of the gerrymandering rather than making it worse.
I got you.
Once you open up, the United States of America shouldn't be run by politicians who pick their voters. It should be run by voters who pick their politicians. And anytime
sounds good,
a government begins gerrymandering who gets to pick their voters so that a certain party gets to stay in power, that's wrong. Now, let's.
As I said, this is an argument that I got bored of 20 years ago.
Restore some aspect of fairness.
You saw a cheekbone.
Program.
Yeah,
I get
Noga.
that, and so I understand, and at least he's fighting back against Donald Trump, which the Democrats have been sorely lacking in doing. And
I would also like to point out, I looked it up, the legal hurdles of getting it on the ballot, the redistricting that he wants, the mid-decade redistricting that Gavin wants to do, did get over the legal hurdles and will be on the ballot this November. However, there's about a 60 in recent polls and stuff like that. They got about 62% of the population are very much against it in California, doing any kind of retaliatory redistricting.
Yeah, I think that's more. Obviously, Newsom is planning on running for president. It's fucking clear as day, right? So I think the Democrats or the Democrat voters on the national level love that someone's fighting back. So it's probably more than the fucking California Democrats that have to live through the fucking shit. You know what I mean? So I could totally see that. It's just, this is bullshit. Love my wife. She's usually we're very similar in our political beliefs. We've gone to rallies together, all this stuff. She was starting to get sucked in by Newsom, and I had to fucking draw her back just because somebody was fighting against Trump. And I'm like, he's just doing that because he wants to run for president. He's fucking not going to do anything good, blah, blah. And I had to look into him, and obviously she saw all the bad shit the fucking guy did.
He's the Joker from Batman.
So fuck him, yeah.
There's not a lot of good shit in Newsom's past.
So,
but John loves him so much that he left California and moved to Florida. Because he's doing such a good job with California.
I get how people that don't pay that much attention or just have a general knowledge of politics may like Newsom because if you're a lefty or whatever, a Democrat, because the Democrat Party, I tell you, we talk about this all the time, like they're weak as fucking puppy shit. They do fucking nothing. They don't fight back. They just do whatever their fucking donors want. They have no idea how to fucking do anything to brand anything or whatever, to fucking name anything. So if you're a vote blue, no matter who Democrat, and you see Newsom fighting back against Trump, it probably gives you a little fucking chubby. It gives you a little fucking hot on, but you got to look at what a piece of shit this fucking guy is. He's only doing it because he wants to run for president himself. So he's acting like Mr. I'm going against Trump. And really, he's just a fucking milquetoast fucking Democrat that's just going to fuck you over. So fuck him.
Oh, am I loud? I'll turn it down a little bit. I've been so low because I had using the auto volume leveling, and I noticed even in my own shows and these shows that you can barely hear me sometimes. So I turned it down a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
To do that.
They are it just, no matter how low the, and Richard, God love you, I hope you win, because
he's not.
Nice to have somebody like you in office, because no matter how
he's
low
laughing.
The Republicans go, the Democrats have found a lower room.
Yeah, as I said, Ojeda's district votes the last election voted like 75%.
Ultimately, this does
Republican.
not bode well for the United States of America. Give me a fucking break. Excuse me for that, but give me a freaking break for Texas. And it's hilarious for Greg Abbott and Donald Trump to come out and say, that Gavin Newsom is the head of a state that is the most gerrymandered in the country. That prize belongs to Texas and Kentucky, with two places that you can.
Wrong again, Brian.
To look at the map,
what didn't you win?
Those district maps look like an ink blot test.
Yeah, we just did look at the district map.
That those are
I mean, at least somebody did.
As to give anyone the advantage but those in office. So I get what Gavin Newsom is doing. I don't know where it ends. Now he's talking about gerrymandering Missouri and getting 2 more seats there. So what will happen next with the Democrats? Will they find a state where they can get 2 more to offset it? And the bottom line about that is it's not even really good political thinking, because it destroys representation at the local level, to the point where you gerrymander districts. Now you've got places in Oklahoma, where is it, Nebraska or Oklahoma now, white only communities. What are we going to do next? Are we going to go back to the 2 different color water fountains? All of this bodes poorly.
Seems like a lot of people on the left want to.
For the American public.
But Brian, how else do you combat it? Like, Army Major and I are.
Here's one way you could combat it: vote. This country doesn't vote. And not only that, and Richard, you know this,
Brian's
for
so
the love
stupid.
of God, people
I'm sorry, Brian.
do not get involved in the process. There's no precinct captains. There's no people. How hard is it to get people to return phone calls? How hard is it to get people to work for? If you really believe,
when your party just gives you one choice and they don't let you vote,
55 or 60% of the vote.
Yeah, can you pause this for 1 second?
A large.
Sorry, like this. I hate to pause it, but this is the shit I fucking hate. You're blaming the fucking voters, dude. Give them something to vote for. And anyone that took place in the process knows it's fucking bullshit. The Democrats have fucking the super delegates, so they fucking put their thumb on the scale every time they pick whoever the fuck they want. In 2016, Bernie Sanders won all 55 fucking districts in West Virginia, but lost the state to fucking Hillary Clinton because of the super delegates. So that's why people don't vote in the Democrat process, especially in the Democrat primary, dude, because they don't. And then Kamala Harris, you just give them. They don't want, you don't have a fucking thing. The woman that didn't get one fucking delegate in 2016 when she ran, you just hand her the fucking nomination instead of having a fucking process where people can pick. There is no fucking process on the left, dude. So fuck off. Stop blaming the fucking voters, you piece of shit.
I love your passion, Nick.
Can I second that?
Yeah, give like as much as I do. I'm not a righty at all. I'm way more of a lefty, but at least the righties let fucking Trump was picked. That's what the right wanted. They got the pick. The left never gets to fucking pick the fucking people they want because the thumb is always on the scale by the fucking Democrat fucking elites. And this asshole's telling people to vote. Give them something to vote for and don't rig the fucking process when you fucking give them something to vote for, you dick.
Look what you've done to Nick. He's all mad now, Brian. You need to just straighten up and fly right. Damn.
I'm having flashbacks.
This is a long-standing rant for Nick. So, yeah, as soon as I saw him go, and he said he wanted to pause, I knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah.
I digress. I digress. I apologize. As we were.
Minority that controls the districts. That's one way. But to your point, John, you're right. At this point, there is no other way.
Major, I know you and I have
taken your head.
My thing is that, you know what? If Gavin Newsom does what Gavin Newsom does to counter the 5 seats for Texas that they're going to add, I'm like, screw that. Don't just stop at 5. look, in a serious situation, and we can't gamble with this garbage. My thing is you know what? If you want to play games, because here's the thing: California has the population of the next 23 states combined. So make no mistake about it, they can create a lot of seats. Gavin Newsom could not just 5 seats. Gavin Newsom could create 25 more seats. New York can create another 20 seats. Illinois can create another 18 seats. Make no mistake about it. You want to play this kind of bullshit, then I'm like, look, fight fire with fire, but fight. That's what we need to have.
He wants to stomp some curb stomping time, huh, Richard?
It hangs in the balance. And look, I understand.
And then they win and do nothing. Like, that's the fucking problem. Okay, you act like the Democrats are going to say the reason Trump won is because the Democrats did fucking nothing for 4 years but prop up a corpse and try to tell people he was fucking competent and knew what the fuck was going on. And as the fucking inflation went up, they're telling people, oh no, it's fine, it's going down. Like, everyone knows what they're paying at the grocery store, dude. Everyone knows what their fucking rent costs and their fucking electric and all that fucking shit and their fucking gas. And you're trying to
believe your lying eyes.
Right. They try to tell you everything's fine. So people don't want to vote that back in, dude. Like, you have a golden. Actually, Liquid and I had a little, not an argument. We had a little disagreement on something right today about under Trump. But I think the Dems have a big opportunity. But as usual, they're just fucking blowing it because they stand for nothing except taking their fucking donations from corporate America, and just their whole thing is, I'm not Trump. Well, that's not good enough anymore. People don't. That's not good enough. Do something.
Yeah, I mean, look at Harris. I keep seeing people say, "Oh, Kamala was right about everything." And it's like, I don't remember a single thing she said that was.
No, she didn't stand for anything. Fuck her.
Yeah, she didn't really say anything. Like, what was she right about? Her policy was, we hate Trump and we're going to keep doing what Biden did.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, nobody's liking what Biden did.
No shit.
Like an R&B concert.
Yeah, it's a joke, right? The Dems.
It's a joke.
Like, this is what drives me nuts, right? Like, I was like, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, but to me, Trump is a fucking elitist and all this shit too. But he does a better job of marketing himself as caring about the working class, where the Dems just flaunt their elitism and their smugness, like Karam and fucking Harris and all that, bringing out Hollywood to the fucking events and everything. And so they don't know how to, like, we've been through this a million times on the show. People don't vote on policy, unfortunately. I wish they did, but they don't. They vote on feeling, and Trump and the Republicans give their side a way better feeling than the Democrats do to the left. And that's why they lose. They're fucking losing, and they're going to continue to lose if they don't fucking snap out of it. But even if they win, I don't even give a shit, because they don't do anything when they fucking win. Like, Ojeda's like, oh, win all these, we can take this, and that. Okay, you had all that, and that, and you did nothing with it. So you're going to do nothing with it again, you fucking corporate sellout.
Yeah,
so
Brian.
I don't even get excited if they fucking win, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they win. I almost prefer when Trump or a Republican is in office or whatever. So, because, like, I can be like, look, they're not doing this, and this like they promised, because I know the Dems aren't going to do what the fuck they fucking promised either. So it's just, I don't know. I have a better shot of my version of the left, like, finally rising up when the right's in power fucking shit up than when the left's in power fucking shit up. Because when the left's in power fucking shit up, we just all get grouped together like we're the same when we're not. But and I don't know, I'm fucking all over the place now. I gotta stop.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just a general issue with not holding politicians' feet to the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Which would have been a quicker way for me to say it. So sorry.
Yeah, just vote somebody in and then just not pay attention to anything they're doing.
Yeah, like you saw these idiots
when we made it to this race.
When Biden was president, they acted like he was awesome when he sucked. So it's not real. They're like, vote in the Dems and we'll take the country back, or this and that. It's like, the country sucked under Biden, just like I thought it sucked under Trump the first time. So it's like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter, dude. Fuck it. Fuck it all.
Yeah, that's the attitude we Nick.
Yeah. Don't vote.
Nick, don't vote.
Yeah,
don't rock
vote.
the vote. Screw the
Vote
vote.
third party.
Yeah, that's what you should do, honestly.
Put your own name in there, guys.
Yep.
But yeah, to Nick's point, I don't know. We've got more people here. I've said this before, where a good example of that is earlier in my life, I asked my mom who she was voting for one of the presidents. She says she always votes for the president with the better hair, and that is legitimately the way an embarrassingly large amount of people in this country vote. Who's taller? Who's more handsome? Who has the better hair?
Yeah, I forget who it was. Do you like? I was a kid, so probably nobody remembers this because I'm probably one of the older ones here in my 40s. But there was a guy called Jimmy the Greek who used to be on like one of the NFL shows in the 80s, and he would kind of do the point spread because it wasn't really legal to talk about that. So he'd be like, I think the Steelers are gonna win by 3, and that blah blah blah. But he was this classic fucking I forget where he was from, Baltimore, New Jersey, something like that. He was this classic like street guy who fucking grew up on the streets and did all this gambling shit, and he ended up like getting canceled in the 80s for like accidentally saying something racist on MLK Day. But when I watched the documentary on him on one of his early bets he won when he was like a teener in his 20s, I forget who was running for president, but he voted for the guy that didn't have a mustache because all the women he knew didn't like guys with mustaches. And the guy that didn't have a mustache was the underdog, but he ended up becoming president because, yeah, people vote for that weird shit. This guy's taller. This guy doesn't have a mustache. This guy plays saxophone. This guy likes NASCAR. Like, that's how they fucking vote. It's fucking maddening.
I got to save my mustache.
It was a long
You
time
have a
ago,
glorious
dude.
mustache.
Yeah.
You'll probably get to be president.
Right.
Well, no,
No,
you have no chance of becoming president. So good thing we didn't do your thing. We'll do
That's
your thing
okay.
after you shave.
That's all right. I need to shave.
Oh, whoop, shit. Fat fingered it.
With all kinds of things, including, Hillary Clinton selling kids in slavery in the backs of members to the House of Representatives because they are a minority party. And those are anyway shaped as to give anyone the advantage. But
saying
those
some
in
truth
office.
right there.
So I get what Gavin Newsom is doing. I don't know where it ends. Now he's talking about gerrymandering Missouri and getting 2 more seats there. So what will happen next with the Democrats? Will they find a state where they can get 2 more to offset it? And the bottom line about that is it's not even really good political thinking because it destroys representation at the local level to the point where you gerrymander districts. Now you've got places in Oklahoma, where is it, Nebraska or Oklahoma now, white only
So we'll get
communities.
to hear Ojeda talk about how
we're going to go back to the 2 different color water fountains.
they can't win. They can't win playing by the rules. So we're going to have to stack the deck.
The American public.
Okay.
But Brian, how else do you combat it? Like Army Major and I are.
Here's one way you could combat it. But I think you bring up a larger point that we should consider. If you look at the fact, well, first of all, it's getting rid of the Electoral College. But if you take a look at the representation in the United States in the House of Representatives, in California, it takes 700,000 for one legislative district, right? In Oklahoma, Nebraska, it's only about 150,000 voters to each legislative district. So there should be more people in the House of Representatives. They should increase. It should be it should be directly across the board in each state. It should be 150, every 150,000 people, you have a representative. That's how you actually can solve the problem in the long run, John, to your point earlier, is to increase the number of people in the House of Representatives. And that has been considered in the past. It's not considered today, and it should be reconsidered because
increase the amount of representatives.
Have the same
do anything you can, except have good policy that and have something for people to vote for.
Times we added more legislators to the House of Representatives, more congressmen as the country grew. So now we've reached we've reached a roof, a ceiling where we don't go any higher. No, you need to reconsider.
Night Swab, please stay.
The problem is,
Night Swab, don't leave. Please
Richard,
stay.
you know this better than anybody. The Republicans would be the ones to scream the loudest against adding members to the House of Representatives because they are a minority party.
They are not.
They want to continue. When Donald Trump shows that wonderful map of all the red states, he conveniently forgets to mention, and then shows the little tiny blue. He conveniently forgets to mention, as you said, the
Brian
county
cracks
of
himself up.
Los Angeles County.
Oh, Brian
more
loves
people
himself
in
some
it
Brian,
than,
dude.
What, 20,
Loves him.
25
absolutely.
states.
Yeah.
So it looks
funny,
massive, but there's nobody living there. He's ruling over dirt. And oil wells and farms, automated farms, because by God, there's not going to be any workers, because by God, it's going to be AI and robots, and you're going to be out of work, And to the point that both Richard nailed it in this part, Donald Trump doesn't.
Mr. Blue Sky's
shit.
like from one of those
It's the
Nordic
rich
countries.
are
We're
getting
getting
richer
shit on
and the
by a
poor are
fucking
getting poorer.
socialist
And
over
they
here.
don't give
Jesus
you
Christ.
Legislation passed, every executive order signed, continues to support the oligarchs.
And but the other thing Army Major told me, which I didn't know,
I can imagine that.
There are, 2 million more Democrats in
You know
Texas
how many times I brought up
than
the
there are
oligarchy when I would ask
Republicans.
these
I
guys
never
a
knew that,
question
Brian.
when
Did you
Biden
know
was
that?
fucking president?
Yes,
and they
I
called me
lived
like
in
a
Texas.
fucking Trumpaloon or a socialist or something.
You
But
Trump balloons.
now that Trump's in office, now they care about the fucking oligarchy. Like they said, this is I'm gonna stop after this because I'm just repeating myself. But the hypocrisy drives me fucking crazy. How only the far left brought up the oligarchy when fucking Biden was president. Now that Trump's president, these guys bring it up as if the Democrats are not part of the fucking oligarchy. They're fucking 100%. They all take the fucking donations from the same fucking people and do what's best for those same fucking rich fucks. That's how this all. That's why the rich control everything. That's why fucking like you can. I always pick on fucking Elon. I fucking hate him, but you can put in Zuckerberg. I fucking hate fucking Bezos like a motherfucker. They just buy this shit. Fucking you want to bring up Soros? All of them. They just fucking own this shit. So they act like the Democrats that they support are not part of the problem, are not part of this oligarchy. Drives me nuts. I get so mad because these guys are supposed to be the guys on my side, and they're fucking terrible. They're fucking worse than the fucking other side.
These are your boys, Nick.
No,
These
they're
are your
not my boys. That's
No,
why
they're definitely not Nick's boys.
I know. I'm just messing with Nick.
Liquid knows. This is why I tried for almost a year to get on John's stupid show with these idiots, but this is why John wouldn't have me on. So fair enough.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that they said that there's 2 million more Democrats in Texas than there are Republicans, and that is untrue. Well, it's somewhat true. You see, in Texas, they don't actually they don't track registration by party. The way they do it is that when there's a primary, you have to declare for one party or another, and then once you declare for a party, then you can go to that party's primary. At the end of the year, everybody becomes undeclared again until another primary or something like that, and that's how they track it by people who have declared for the primary. So this last election that they had, a lot more Democrats went to the primaries than Republicans would, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Especially since the Democrats are having this big push for get out, do it, get going, get there and do the primaries, do all this sort of stuff. And basically, that's where that comes from. Is like a lot more Democrats went to their primary, did any kind of declared for a primary than Republicans, and so they came up with this number of it was like 8. There's like 8 million Democrats and 6 million Republicans in Texas. But I mean, we just saw the map, like that.
Yeah. I without even looking at the map, I find it hard to believe that there'd be more Democrats in Texas than fucking Republicans, and that just doesn't make sense, So,
but I looked up the numbers that he was talking about, and that's exactly what it is. Is that just more Democrats went to the primary, so they just kind of extrapolated that out to how many voters there are, and made like this sort of determination that well, you have this many voters, and like what is it, however many percent, like 60% were Democrats and 40% were Republicans. So that went to the but yeah, as I said, Texas doesn't actually check party affiliation for registration. However, there are 30 states that do. And in those 30 states, I shot Nick this an article in the New York Times a couple days ago. Or was it today?
You sent it to me today.
No, I sent it to you today. But
I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what it is from. I think it was like within the last couple of days. The 30 states that actually do track registrations by party have seen a precipitous drop in Democrat registration and a precipitous rise in Republican registration. However, Karen was about to say here that Republicans are a minority party, and that is also untrue. The reason that comes about is because most people who vote for conservatives and Republicans, a lot of them are, like me, they're registered as independent or like libertarian or something, whereas Democrats who vote Democrat are mostly Democrat, mostly registered as Democrat. I mean, I'd also say Green Party is in there too.
Yeah,
but yeah, like a lot of people, like independents and stuff like that, who are not registered as Republican or Democrat, actually typically tend to vote more towards conservative Republicans. So the actual number is about 50-50.
which makes sense. You know what I mean? It's very complicated and shit.
Yeah,
Mr. Blue Sky, I know you said David Chandler is rich as fuck, and it just made me think of something real quick. That's actually a very good analogy for how things work, like in politics. Like, let's just say, like, if David Chandler gave, I remember I literally watched him pay, like, Ray DeVito like $300 or $400 to like leave Kevin Brennan's podcast or whatever, and he just fucking left. Like, that's what happened. Like in politics, like Jeff Bezos is the fucking David Chandler. Like, hey, so and so, here's this money, pass this fucking bill, or give me this task, and that's what fucking happens. So it's funny, it's a joke, but it's the same fucking shit. It's
Soros.
David Chandler is he's part of
he's
the
George Soros of
right.
the Dabbleverse.
Right. Yeah.
he's the man behind the power.
Yep.
Yeah, Roger's right. Roger Dodger.
Where it's all red, but the truth is there's 2 million more Democrats in Texas than there are Republicans. But once again, it's a rigged state. That's exactly what it is. And look at places that struggle. I live in North Carolina, but I come from West Virginia. West Virginia has lost population more than any other state in the country. And
fuck West Virginia.
They went from having.
I've been to West Virginia. Either of you guys been to West Virginia?
Yeah.
Nope.
West Virginia.
Fucking towns are built on the sides of a goddamn mountain.
Yeah.
People aren't leaving it; they're just falling off the mountain and landing in a different state.
Yeah, it's a really.
I've been to Virginia, but not West Virginia. But I went to Virginia Beach, so that's like the fun part of Virginia. But yeah, not West Virginia.
Yeah, I got into West Virginia, and I'm obviously thinking about country roads, take me home, and I'm like looking at the country roads in West Virginia, and I'm like, you got to be really in shape to walk these country roads because they go straight the fuck up and straight the fuck down.
Yep.
3 members representing that in the House of Representatives down to 2. Because why? Because people are picking up and leaving. Why are they leaving? Because those red states absolutely don't do jack shit for the people, and the people are starting to pick up and move on.
Man,
so mad.
Toucan Sam stands with Stuttering John in the U.S. of A. Thank you. And here's an old friend, Bo Beddington, my man.
But John doesn't stand with the USA. He stands with every other country, but not the USA.
I just get to a few.
I think he didn't understand.
As we have so many things.
Super chat.
Let's see and make sure. Any thoughts on the Chicago's mayor?
Oh, this is great,
guys. Any thoughts on Chicago's mayor? I don't know Chicago's mayor. I know who the mayor is, but my thoughts are, if you're implying that Donald Trump should invade Chicago, no, the Chicago's mayor is not the scum bucket that Donald Trump says Chicago's mayor is, because Donald Trump is full of himself, and he comes out and says these things to justify. He will justify any action he wants to take by any lie he can make.
Look, we're watching a fascist takeover. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do. And he's threatening blue areas with putting boots on the ground, because that's what he wants. And he wants violence. That's what Donald Trump wants. He wants violence. Tempting everybody.
Just keep an eye on his eyes, Deft.
You know how this
they call him Blinky for a reason.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
All these daggone MAGA people. How are you? And here's it. You honestly think that he's not on that list? We've seen pictures and photographs, videos of Donald Trump partying with Jeffrey Epstein.
No, now he believes the pictures and videos.
You think Donald Trump is innocent. The only reason why the Epstein files is not out for everybody to see is a couple reasons. Well, number one is Donald Trump's name is all over it. And the number two, a lot of very, very.
I thought they were all edited and redacted. But also notice anything but anything but actually address the bad state of Chicago and how bad the Chicago mayor is running it to the point that Trump wants to send in the National Guard to reduce the crime rates there.
If their donor base goes
nah,
down,
it's a
and their
distraction.
donor base is the
What's up, Sam?
multimillionaires and the billionaires. Look at any
going
Republican
on?
Not a
and
nasty
look
meal.
at where their fundraising comes from. Okay, Democrats come from the
Same
people.
people.
That is a fact. You can look that up all you want. Republicans get theirs from corporations and the rich. In my race,
Chill out, Richard. Holy shit.
I'm just letting him go.
Yeah.
I'm just letting him
Faster more
cook.
than I do.
Yeah, he don't
Let him
boots on
cook.
the ground
Let
at
him
all,
cook.
because he knows he gets his money from those assholes that not now are being protected.
This is a $10 one. Let me know if there's anything that I should be
Anything
aware
to
of.
add,
Take
John?
a sip.
Video,
Damn, dude.
$10. That's not anyone's picture, is it?
John, that
You
guy's
guys
been
are
giving
always
me
ahead of the
years. You don't
curve.
recognize
See,
that guy?
one party will
No.
be anti-AI when job losses reach catastrophic levels. Your odds on Fed quarter point drop at their next meeting. Thank you. God bless. Tommy
Look,
Major.
I think that there's a lot of things that this is definitely something that is important.
I want to talk about three old guys
You know,
that have no idea anything about AI.
Andrew Yang
I'd
was
just like to
talking
point
about
that
that
out.
universal, UBI, where everybody automatically gets so much money, and it's really just for them to survive. I mean, at the end of the day, if we
Liquid,
have
can you
more
pause it
people
for one
than we
second?
have
Absolutely.
jobs, there's
I just
gonna
want
be
to
people that
cover a chat. Like, this is a little quick conversation. So, Nightwall lives in Minnesota. Obviously, not a fan of
My condolences.
Tim Walz. So, I find that interesting. Obviously, I
sorry.
don't live there, so I can't speak firsthand. I actually like Tim's policies. He has a lot of working class help with the housing bill, free student lunch. Like, seems to help with all that shit. And someone, I don't really care if someone's a twink, a tard, whatever the fuck. I think it's the way a lot of men act around Donald Trump is fucking homosexual as fuck. So I don't, it goes both
Just
ways.
do it.
Like, Trump can do no wrong. Yeah. So that stuff doesn't. I don't care. But all right, you say that, but is it the policies, or do you just think he's like he acts like a fucking clown? He does act a little weird. He did not do good in the debate, and he does act a little odd on stage. I will 100 give you that. 100% give you that. So basically,
Yeah,
I
what do
was
you
just
say?
asking,
Sometimes I say goofy things or something like that.
well,
Like,
he did a few things, dude. It reminded me of God. Remember a while ago that dude that ran in was it Vermont and New Hampshire? It was Vermont. And he's like, "Woo!" I can't.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that,
yeah.
dude? Yeah.
Awkward.
But he was like doing okay until he did that. Then he just fucking fell apart. So
yeah, that was what's his name? He had the binder full of women, right? The real.
yeah, he might have been. Yeah, he was
I
fucking.
forgot his name too.
I'm
can't believe it.
blanking.
I'm blanking as well. But yeah. He was. I don't think he was going to win any. He was so waspy.
Yeah,
He was just like, you just like look at him and go, yeah, this guy is like literally, if he wasn't like a governor of something, he'd be like a CEO or head of some sort of Illuminati lodge or something.
Gotcha. All right, Naito. I to be fair, I'll look more into it because obviously it's your state. I'm just saying on a national level.
Howard Dean. Oh, that's
Howard
right.
Dean. That's right.
Howard Dean was the woo guy. Mitt Romney
yeah.
is the guy I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, Mitt Romney. He was governor of my fucking state at one point. Fucking weirdo. Massachusetts. He just bounced around, dude. He was like governor of Mass, and he was like something in Michigan, and now he's out in Utah. He's like, he goes everywhere. Fucking guy. All right, yeah. I just, like I said, I liked a lot of his policies where seemed to tax cuts on the working class, raised it on the rich, the child tax credit. I think he had paid family leave, child free family lunch, some kind of housing thing. I don't know. I remember when he was running for vice president, I looked into him, but because it's weird, but you learn a lot about senators and representatives, but you don't really pay too much attention to governors. So I checked them out, and I liked what I saw, but obviously I'll have to look more into if it hurts your state financially or whatever. But fair enough. I was just curious, so thank you.
They're going to be left out. So I don't know. Do you say, hey, we got to stop this AI stuff so that we don't leave entire swaths of our country without a job? I don't know, but I know that if people don't have
We're talking about 3 people that can barely find the go live button on
Yeah.
fucking. Well, actually, Karam isn't too bad. He's halfway savvy. The other two, like the other two, yeah, they like Ojeda knows nothing about computers at all. He actually has a producer. He has a guy that actually sets all the stuff up for him and runs it for him. He just sits down in front of a camera and talks. John, about the only thing he can find is the go live. Apparently, the only thing he can find is the go live button in the StreamYard. He knows absolutely nothing else about anything about computers. As I said, Karam, he's halfway savvy. He can write a Word doc, and he knows he uses a computer for his job, so he's somewhat savvy.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, obviously I've admitted many times I am not tech savvy at all, which would be funny if you found out where I worked, but I'm like, I can do the job I have to do at work and do it well, but when it comes to like all the extra shit, I can't do it. It's like I learned my job and that was it. But yeah, I don't even think John and Ojeda have those fucking skills, so they fucking.
And I know nothing about computers.
Yeah, right.
Neither.
I actually like it. I actually like it better with you running the video. It's like I don't have to pay attention as much. So maybe we'll do it more often this way.
Honestly, I'm actually fairly savvy, and I didn't do some streams this weekend that I planned to because I decided to move one of my computers over to Linux, and I was busy testing out various flavors with what I want to do, and getting one that's actually stable enough to do the thing that I want to do.
What'd you end up going with? I've messed with Linux before, but
Kubuntu.
Okay, I've had Mint.
Yeah, I tried. I was going to go with Arch, but then I was like, I don't feel like doing that. That's a lot of work. And then I was like, I'll just go with Pop OS because that's usually been pretty good to me. And then that had a bunch of problems with multi-monitor. Then I went with Mint, which also was having a big problem with multi-monitor stuff. So I actually did a little research to find out a good flavor that actually does well with multi-monitor support. And Kubuntu was basically the one with the KDE Plasma environment, X environment. So anyway, let's continue on with this. Let's not worry about the computer talk.
Jobs. There's issues with that. It's about, let's look at you. Let's look at us as the heads of our families. Without a job and us not able to put food on the table, that affects us greatly. And there are things that are going to affect the job market.
And I will say I have actually had Grok write me an article about something in the manner of
AI could just
Brian Karam from Salon.com.
out of business. I mean, let's just face
it. Made a pretty good article.
I mean, it's sad.
Look, write music, right? People go on there and they say, hey, make me a song. And Chat GPT makes them a song.
I don't know if that's anyone's picture. Connor, John Ed's,
as much as this talk as the
mic stand. Good, because I don't really have to talk. I got the Army Major and Brian Karam. What the fuck do I have to say anything for? That's why I have them on.
Khan! I think that was a picture of Khan, Noonien Singh from Star Trek 2.
Not Noonien Singh.
I don't think that you're going to be able to stop AI. But I think you can regulate it, and I do believe that it should be regulated. And I love to see people who simply go 5-10 minutes if they can without going to Chat GPT and deciding for themselves what they're going to do. The fact of the matter is that it is the accumulation of knowledge of people that is put into Chat GPT, which is frightening because people are notoriously not good to each other. So what do you think the end product is going to be when AI becomes sentient, which the scientist who invented it has walked away from it saying it's dangerous, inherently so. So the problem is, how do you come up with an Asimovian solution to that? In the robot novels, when they have an AI, Isaac Asimov had, drilled into him the 3 laws of robotics so they would not harm human beings. We don't have anything like that in AI.
Like iRobot? Is he talking about iRobot?
Yeah, well, the robot series.
Okay.
which is pretty good. Everybody should go read it. They're really good. That's the Robot Empire and Foundation series. Pretty good. Anyway, yeah. This is where they go off on all the different movies and fiction.
So they have no answer is basically what it is. Like
exactly.
And to be fair, I have no answer for the AI shit either. But I mean, you need maybe some kind of regulation, but the shit's already going off, dude. It's going fucking crazy. Fuck. I can't tell people what I do, but trust me, we are pushing a lot of AI is fucking through the roof with the shit we're building right now. So that's all anyone fucking cares about right now. So it's already going.
I've actually been enjoying it. I know a lot of programmers are getting out of jobs because of AI. I've actually been using it to make stuff, and because that's the direction it's going. Like you got to move with it. Right now, Karam has a big problem where people like him, they're already being pushed out for AI.
Yeah.
So I know Karam doesn't like AI because his job is definitely on the chopping block with AI stuff.
Bye, Karam.
That was a great pause, by the way. John looks fucking retarded. Fucking Ojeda looks like he's dead. He looks fucking
He looks very deathly pale.
Ghost, right? And it's
actually looks like he wants to kick somebody's ass. But looks like he just called his wife a name.
Karam always looks smug. It doesn't matter where you pause it or whatever. But Nightwa, this is new to me. I didn't know. I thought John was. He tells me he's very good to women. He respects women. So yeah.
Have you heard the way he talks to Kate Meany on those tapes?
But he says he's very liberal and he's very good to women.
John says a lot of things.
Oh my god!
Yeah, especially Crunt.
Yeah, Crunt. Crunt.
I'm gonna give away one of my sock accounts because I don't care. I have a sock account that I only use to like try and watch John and other people that block me, but it got blocked by John now, so it doesn't matter. But it's a picture of Kate and John like kissing, and it's I forget. It looks like it's like a newspaper article thing or something. And the name of the thing, my channel, the account is She's Too Young for Me. And I was in, I don't want to bring him up, but I was in Jake's chat the other day with it. And Bobby Nick was on it. And Bobby had him put it up because Bobby thought the picture was a picture of himself with his ex-wife. And I had to be like, no, it's Stuttering John and Kate Meany. It's like, I fucking, Bobby, why the fuck would anyone have a picture of you and your ex-wife from fucking how many years ago? Whatever the fuck. But yeah, it was just funny. Like I was about to get, my spam account was my sock account was about to get blocked because Bobby Nick mistook Stuttering John for himself and Kate Meany for his ex-wife. So I thought it was pretty funny.
Did he?
Mistaking Stuttering John for yourself is terrible.
It's a cell phone right there. Yeah.
You're saying Deft?
So he knows. Yeah. So he knows now that that's not him and his ex-wife.
Yeah. I started being like, it's in like people in the chat picked up. Even Jake was like, no, that's Stuttering John and Kate Meany.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Today, and so it is inherently dangerous. It can end up looking like the Terminator, and if we don't do something about it, and some are saying it's already too late to do something about it. There's a nice dystopian approach, but at the same time, I think there is time to do something about it, and we should be doing something about it to ensure the fact that AI doesn't. I don't want to see AI generated music. I don't want to see AI generated.
You listen
books.
to music.
You would hear it. You wouldn't see
generated movies. And here's a
I know
fact that we
about.
really should consider.
Yeah,
We're talking.
He's an old man yelling, "Get off my lawn!"
Essentially, the internet. Not in the
don't
same
take my
studio
job.
together. There is an overriding, especially since COVID, an overriding. I guess activity of humans to distance themselves from other humans. And because of that, that's where AI is most dangerous. It's hard. I love it when people say, well, I watched on TV what happened in the White House, and this is what happened. And I go, you didn't see what happened there. I was
Neither
there.
did you, Brian.
I saw the people, and it's being in the same room with someone.
There's the smugness
seeing
right
hand
here.
gestures, seeing how people react, seeing the subtle.
I would like to point out that he's never in the room with these people. Just like to. Oh, he has been twice in the room with these people that he's talking about. So
so tell us how it is, Brian.
Yeah, he's not a part of the press pool. He's a part of the press pool, but not a part of the main group of reporters that get to go into the actual briefing room or into the press thing. He's got in it twice, basically because somebody didn't show up and he was nearest to the door. He's got to ask one question, but he acts like he's like this huge White House press secretary, press, or what is it?
Press
White House journalist. Yeah.
Little clues of humanity that you don't see on TV or on the internet that make the difference. And we need more. One of the reasons why our politics are so divisive is because people have retreated to their own little groups, their own little tribes, their own little media silos. And we need to get out and invest more in people and be willing to have a conversation with people who disagree with us and be willing to talk to them. One of the coolest people ever. Are you fucking serious,
dude? No. Like, again, this, I mean, I'm not going to go on a rant, but this guy.
So my finger was already on the pause button. I was on the trigger for this
hypocrisy police need to have a talk with Brian.
We need to have a talk with people that are different from us. These three people won't talk to anybody who has a different opinion than them. None, right? Zero. And they have the fucking nerve to fucking say that. It fucking drives me fucking crazy. That's why this like part of me is like glad John's political show's back, because then maybe we can, it gives us something steady to cover for like on slow weeks or whatever. But I forgot how it drove me fucking crazy. Like having a passion about this shit, and these fucking smug assholes just keep the hypocrisy over and over and over again. Like, you don't talk to anybody, dude. You're in echo chambers, right? I'm a fucking whatever I am, progressive in the Dabbleverse, and the only reason people don't hate me is because I fucking talk to them and they get to know me and we have these understandings. But you guys don't do that. You call everyone a Trumpaloon and tell them to fuck off. They don't have those conversations.
It's like we literally have three different political opinions here. Although I think I'm closer to Deft than to Nick. But yeah, as I said, we actually, talk to each other and listen, and occasionally even change each other's mind because we talk to each other and we listen.
I'm not right 100% of the time.
Yeah, I have to completely disagree with Deft on everything.
Damn.
I disagree that he's not right all the time.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
so I guess that means you're right.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, well, I appreciate that.
There's a guy named Daryl Davis, black guy who plays piano in bands. Great guy. He's played with some of the best. Bo Diddley, I believe, at one point in time, and Chuck Berry.
So now we went from
he walked into a bar one time, and there was a guy there who was a member
presented
of the
by movies
and started talking to him about how he played like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Some guy who
where Jerry Lee Lewis learned to play
piano 100 years ago.
Artists. And he sat down and he found out he was head of the KKK, and he said, "Why do you hate me when you don't know me?" He's gotten a couple of hundred members of the KKK to give up their robe.
I've actually seen this guy on Joe Rogan. I guess that's what Karen said.
Yeah, that big,
and that we need to see more of.
Oh,
more interaction with people.
This is a Joe Rogan thing that Karen is talking about.
Probably like that. That's how I know him. Joe Rogan has had this guy on a bunch of times. He's like an older, heavy-set black gentleman who
I've seen it too.
Piano. Yeah, and his whole thing is he tries to talk to KKK members and get them to change their mind. I think the first time it happened is probably what Brian was talking about. Just so happened he's in a bar and end up talking to the guy and finally he's in the KKK and so then it became like his thing. Like he does it through music. Like he'll play music at these bars, and
real cool guy.
Yeah, he seems like a real cool guy. It's amazing what he did, but it's a I don't think Brian, unless he's some big historian thing, but it's like I only know him because he's on Rogan. It's just something the guy does, but it's it's very hard to get KKK members to switch sides. So I think the guy's is amazing, and it's a great great point that we do need to talk to each other. But I'll just say again, Brian is smug as fuck, and he doesn't want to talk to anybody that disagrees with him. He probably does just to tell them you're a fucking idiot and go fuck off. He's not going to listen.
The movie Black Klansman was about that, right?
No, that was actually no, that was about it was like a black cop who he would talk on the phone to the Klan, pretending he wanted to be a member. But then when he had to meet the Klan, they had to send a white guy. So there were literally two cops pretending to be the same guy. but the guy on the phone was always a black agent talking to the KKK.
And that gets rid of the AI problem, I think. But that's just me.
Wait.
This is a very important
talking
question.
to people?
Being that I was just in Chicago.
Doing the thing that they won't actually do.
When I got to Chicago is I had 2 Chicago hot dogs. My favorite hot dog ever is in Chicago. And then I also had the deep dish pizza. The one thing I did miss out on is I didn't get the Italian beef sandwich, which apparently is incredibly good in Chicago. And I forgot to get that. So I haven't had Italian beef. I have had Italian sausage. So I guess I'm going to go with the sausage. How about you guys?
On top of that, let me say this. As a person who has moved back to North Carolina, I'm going to tell you, the barbecue game in North Carolina is next level.
I'm going to have to disagree with that. Level. Carolina barbecue is just vinegary sauces.
I don't think it's better anywhere else. I think North Carolina is
if you like vinegar,
where the barbecue game is, and it is good.
This is a good friend of the show, Vegas Beer Sales Jerry, member for 19 months. and he and I had this conversation off air, and he said the extreme gerrymandering in Texas started with Tom DeLay 25 years ago. Is that true, Brian?
You could make that argument. Yeah, you could.
Because I don't even
remember
go what
Brian has no idea what you're saying.
Are you aware of that? Right.
I don't think Brian knew who the mayor of Chicago was either. He never said.
It'd be funny if like Tom DeLay was not like a made up person.
Yep.
And it is absolutely something that has really been used to target people of color, minorities in this country. That's a fact. If you look at like Jim Jordan is in the most gerrymandered district, and I'm talking about like drawing the line around houses that belong to Democrats to put them out. It happens in places all over this country, but it always targets people of color. You have a community that is full of African Americans. They will go in and they will cut that community up into fours,
throwing up the diamond sign
out to larger, wider areas, just to make sure people of color do not get the opportunity to speak. That's exactly what they just did to Jasmine Crockett in Texas. They completely gerrymandered her district into places where the people that sent her to Washington, D.C. will no longer have the power to send her back.
I could definitely see him joining the lodge, the Masonic lodge.
Make no mistake about it. It goes against communities of color and people that are poor.
He'll be security, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Tom DeLay did that in what?
He'll curb stomp everybody.
Something like that. He began it. I mean, I get it. You could go back to that and say that, but Texas is probably still the most. Texas and Kentucky, as I remember, are the 2 most gerrymandered states. In fact,
he keeps saying Kentucky because he was born and grew up in Kentucky.
A third of the population lives in of the state. Lives in Jefferson County, which is the Louisville, Kentucky.
I know
area.
it's not everything, but
Louisville,
Kentucky has a fucking Democrat governor right now.
Three of the highest Democratic areas in the
he's
the
got
state.
Republicans.
Half the population of the state lives.
It's not like it's all fucking
of the
Republican.
7, I think, members of the House of Representatives in Kentucky, 2 of them are Democrats.
Jesus.
Well, look, and the state house is where this is decided.
Yeah, speaking to what Karam just said, yeah, this gerrymandering thing, there's been a lot of people posting a lot of stuff about the different states and how stuff like in California they voted 44% of the people voted for Trump, but they got 5 representatives out of 50 something. And then there's other states where there's absolutely no representation, and this is on both sides where there's just absolutely no representation for the other side.
Yeah, that's what this. Remember, you might remember, Liquid, when we first started this channel, whatever. We were gonna do a secondary show on Richard Ojeda called what were we gonna call it? Dabbling in Hypocrisy or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because Richard, for those that know, I've known about Richard for 10 years at this point, and he's changed. I mean, he's always been. Don't get me wrong, he's always been this fucking I'll curb stomp you, I'll beat you, blah blah blah. But I actually did a show once showing Liquid what he used to be like. Like he used to be more like me, just fucking crazy. But He would attack criticize the Democrats all the fucking time with the Republicans. And now he doesn't do that shit. And right here, he knows gerrymandering is pretty much equal by both fucking parties, and he's just acting like Republicans are fucking doing it when the Democrats do it all the fucking time too. And until you acknowledge that shit, you're not gonna get people on your side, and you're not gonna get shit to change, man. If you keep acting like your shit don't stink, your side's fucking great, when people see it's fucking not, you're not gonna get them over there. You got to be like, this is the fucking problem. We need to stop, blah blah blah, and maybe you'll get more people on your side. But if you're just gonna keep folding to the fucking billionaires and the fucking, the vote blue no matter who Democrats and act like nothing's wrong, then fucking Trump and the Republicans are going to keep winning. And the Democrats, even if they do win, they ain't going to do shit because they're weak as fuck.
Yeah, Jetta definitely, he gets his news from the same sources that John does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've watched his show. For those who don't, go ahead and watch it, especially if you like to get your blood all angered up. If you want to get mad, go watch a Jetta show, because he basically just fires out bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit that he's seen on X. And I've seen him put up stuff that was literally debunked and had a community note on his post. This is probably why he doesn't really post on X anymore. Because I've seen him put up stuff on and talk about stuff on his show that was literally community noted from him. So, Joey,
fair enough, dude. I hope that's true, man. I'm just saying, I haven't seen anything in almost 4 weeks at this point. So that's all. You don't. I hope you're not stopping, but you don't seem to have the same passion you had 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I'm not seeing any videos on it. I'm not seeing any posts on it. So I just assumed you were at least on hiatus. But if you're still going full throttle, then best of luck, and you got our support, and we hope you come back on. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I just
absolutely.
I was just going by my observations, Joey. I wasn't seeing, you were all over the place with it for a while, and I haven't seen anything in weeks. So I just assumed you may have moved on to something else. But if you haven't, that's great.
We need that second Joey C. Mumbling Nick interview.
And I apologize for. You're right. I should have asked you if you stopped before I threw out what I thought I saw. So fair enough. I apologize, Joey.
And I
will you accept his apology?
When I was in West Virginia, it was so gerrymandered, and I know the jackaloon that was part of the whole line drawing stuff. But I grew up at Whitman Creek Holler. Okay, Brian knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say holler. And I'm gonna tell you, it was so gerrymandered that when you drove up Whitman Creek Holler, everybody that lived on the left side of the road voted for this guy. And everybody who voted on the right side, their representative now was 40 minutes down the road. And the reason why that was done is because the guy who helped draw the lines had more people on this side of the road that liked him, and everybody on the other side didn't give two shits about him. And that's what it was. It's always about keeping people in power, specifically people in power. That
Jesus, Ojeda, Carolina's barbecue may be next level, but the fucking internet sucks, bro. What the fuck?
No shit.
It was me for a second.
No, it's him.
Question. It's a skull. You all seem to think American democracy is a disaster politically. So, what would you suggest to make it better? A monarchy, communism. Shout out to.
No.
We don't think.
Thank you for the laugh. I hope that was an intentional stupid comment.
It wasn't, Brian. Trust
communism.
me.
I bet they like communism.
I thought it was a joke.
No, because
they like whatever they're told to like.
It was clearly sarcasm, dude. They're saying if you don't like it, what's your other option? That's all, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck these guys.
Fuck them.
Clearly,
well, they like whatever they're told to like.
Oh yeah, especially yeah, absolutely. Like I had bad internet. Sorry, I had not bad internet. I was still having those StreamYard problems early on when you were talking about fucking how they were live when Biden when they announced Biden wasn't running anymore. And I'll never forget that, because I remember they didn't believe it. Then the 180 they fucking did when they found out it was fucking true. All of a sudden it was
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I remember me and other people, probably you, Liquid. I remember sending in chat saying Biden's got to step down, and I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a Trumpaloon. I'm a fucking whatever. And then he finally steps down, And well, I was basically saying he was obviously, not to be a dick, guy had like Alzheimer's or whatever the fuck dementia. You know what the fuck was going on?
It's okay to say it, Nick.
Yeah, all right. So then, I was an idiot, and everyone else has said I was an idiot. Then as soon as it's announced, then all of a sudden, oh, what a brave thing! What an unselfish thing to step down and it's like fuck off. You guys are like hypocrites on the whole fucking thing.
What a hero.
I was gonna say for those that were listening, I was listening live when that happened, and they were quite literally. I think I even clipped it somewhere. They were quite literally talking about how about what great shape in mind and body that Joe Biden was in. Like literally, as the ex post come up saying that he's stepping down. And yeah, I told as I told Deft, somebody did tell John about that, and John's answer was, "I don't believe you."
Yeah.
And then Karam, who has all the insiders inside the White House, never even knew. I think he got a text message. He said that Biden went to the hospital, but it was like a half hour later at the end of the show. He never got his. I guess his insiders were lacking because they never told him that he stepped down.
Yeah, good job. Karam.
Hey Nick, can you say StreamYard again for us? Just say the words. Yes, there we go. Thank you.
No, one more time, clean.
Fuck. Now I'm gonna be conscious of it. All right.
Don't be conscious.
All right. StreamYard.
Can't get it.
We
got a clean one now. We got a clean one. Clip it.
No, that's a rearview mirror.
We want to have a democracy. That's what we want. We want a democracy. We don't need anything else. The problem is we got all these people out there who don't know what it is, and they think that Donald Trump is the second coming of Christ, which he is not, and that's why. I mean, we are moving towards 1938 Germany. That's exactly the path that we are on, and that's the path that Donald Trump and his folks want us on, and that is an absolute fact. They want to basically make sure that they get to stay in power forever. They are doing everything in their power to take care of the top billionaire class. There's 814 billionaires in this country, and our government just gave them $3.2 trillion. And let me tell you something: if we can give them $3.2 trillion, then we should have no problem spending money, making sure that we pay teachers and school service personnel a salary that they don't have to live in poverty, that we can elevate police officers, firefighters, first responders, nurses, and correctional officers. We can create a VA-style system like I have from the military that takes care of their health care for the rest of their life, so that when they retire, they don't have to worry about losing all their capabilities, which is the main problem right now, why police officers, firefighters, first responders, and correctional officers can't retire. Because unless they're in their 60s, they lose everything, and that's bullshit.
What is he talking about?
Right?
He scares me. His anger. Yeah. Feels bad for it. Like, can you imagine being his son and him just like screaming at us? Like, oh man.
And like, I don't even know what he was talking about. They have pensions. These people, they don't lose it when they retire. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
they lose it when they what?
He lost me at the end. This was a tough one for me because this reminded me of old Richard Ojeda.
They lost me a long time ago, man.
I liked what he said, up until, like I said, I don't know what he's talking about with the military, and it's something I could look into. Maybe he knows more than I do, but I don't know that part. But I did like the other shit he was saying. It's just, again, why didn't you say this shit when Biden was president? I agree with you 100%, but you have to say it when whoever's in charge, dude. You have to support that no matter who's fucking in charge. You can't just all of a sudden act like you care about this shit when Trump's fucking president and pretend it's happening when Biden's president when it's not fucking happening. Fuck it.
We're up here talking about how we want to help everyday Americans.
Exactly. And the other thing that really irritates the shit out of me is this big ugly bill. Now
guys, beautiful bill. It's a perfect bill. I want to tell everyone, no one ever did anything as good as
all right,
me.
Brian.
I invented the sun and the moon. There was no one in the United States before me. Everyone is not important except me. I did it. I did all of it. You people who don't understand, I'm telling you, It's all Biden's fault. Before Biden,
Put down the
there
pen.
would have been no war. If it wasn't for me, there would be no war. Putin said it. I'm the best. Don't you understand? You people, you voted for me. Sit down. I'm the best. Let me squeeze my titties. Oh, thank you. I'm Donald Trump. Yeah, all right. That guy?
Yeah, well, thank you, Brian.
No,
I think he needs to go work that one out.
Yeah, that's that bit's not ready.
No, not at all.
Sorry.
How many times does Elisa Murkowski get duped? I mean, is she Charlie Brown with Trump holding the football?
No.
I mean, again. Donald Trump promises, oh, don't worry, it's not going to affect anybody in Alaska. Okay, I'll sign. And then what happens? He fucks her over and fucks over the people of Alaska. What the fuck is wrong with this fucking woman?
She knows. It just gives her deniability, dude. That's all.
Take over this country as the friggin' dictator. They're going to lose all their power. So he's going completely full speed ahead. But this is the thing. The big, beautiful bill, what we have to do is we've got to go into that bill and we need to make sure that we educate all these people, because when it hits them, and it's going to hit all these Trumpaloons, we got to remind them this is where it is. You know, my opponent, Richard Hudson.
Trumpaloons, remember, we got to talk to the other side, though, guys, right?
Right.
Representative, because Fort Bragg
insult them first, though.
And
insult them.
And
make fun of them.
is
as I said, Richard, Jenna does a lot of insulting before trying to say, oh, you should come to our side. Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot. You should come to our side, you dumbass.
Bill is targeting 86,000 more VA workers. That is going to decimate the Veterans Administration and make it even harder for veterans that have served this country in combat to get the health care that they need and deserve. And that's what I'm going to choke him on. I'm not going to let him call himself the veterans representative anymore, because he sat quiet. He sat quiet while they have attacked our VA. So that's what we got to do. We got to
choke
go
him in
into this
Minecraft,
bill,
Richard.
find
Choke
all
him
the
in
things about
Minecraft.
this bill that are going to be damaging to people, and just sit back
in a
and wait.
boxing ring.
Because when all of a sudden the daggone these magaloons go, what happened? What do you mean my snap being fits? You know, all these Latino and Hispanic people, but we were Latinos for Trump. What do you mean our protections are being taken away? That's when we step in and we go,
what is he talking
That's
about?
pretty racist.
Yeah, he's mocking Latinos.
Well,
what he's
Thought you were
talking
better
about
than that.
is that all minorities and people from the South are poor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't this big ugly bill add, is it $2 trillion to the deficit or $4 trillion? I can't remember. And what happens in the Republican Party that was all about, oh no,
yeah, we're not happy about that either.
You can't add to the deficit. What happened?
What happened? All for show. It was all for show. And once again, you know what?
I'm sure Ojeda is on the FBI's radar. I'm sure.
The Republican Party.
They have a file.
Republican Party literally is allowing 331 million Americans to eat a shit sandwich, all so they can make sure that 814 billionaires are going to be happy. And you know what? That right there tells us where we're at in this country. You know, we've got a regime that don't give two shit about nothing but the billionaire class. Donald Trump is doing everything in his power to nickel and dime the American citizens. And all these poorly educated people that absolutely still think that Donald Trump is the friggin' the way, the truth, and the light. Understand this. 82% of MAGA is saying release the files. 83% of Republicans are saying,
but I thought they were stupid.
90% of Democrats, and I can't believe it's just 90%, are saying release the files. And make no mistake about it, there's a lot of Republicans out there that have already said, I'm out.
But Jetta just memorize stats and figures and shit, and then just fucking throws them out when he's flipping out.
Washington, D.C.
And he never checks on them.
Everything in their power to make sure that they.
My favorite thing to do during the election was to fact check, especially all his charts and graphs, and it was absolutely amazing how they were all. It's like he'd put up, especially stuff where Kamala's winning. He'd put up anything where Kamala was winning.
Yeah.
And then you look at the actual poll, and it's like, oh, they oversampled Democrats by 38% in order to get Kamala within 2 points of Trump. It's like, well, it was 28%. I'm sorry, not 38%. None of them were that high. But yeah, they'd always put up stuff like that. Like there's one that I really, really loved where, was it Detroit? He said there was a poll in Detroit where not a single black person voted for Trump. And it's like, well, you look at the poll and it's not a poll. It was a morning radio show survey. and,
yeah,
and only like a few thousand people. And of course it's Detroit, so
you can't trust. I don't trust any polls anymore. And I never felt like Harris. It was tough because I still think Harris had a better shot than Biden. But if the Dems let the people pick, I know it was going to be tough in that short notice. But the real reason they didn't let people pick, as we all know, is because Harris was the only one that could keep that nice big chest of money that Biden had because she's the VP. But yeah, the woman didn't get one fucking delegate when she ran in 2020. She was the first one to fucking drop out. She dropped out before Tulsi Gabbard, who is now literally in the other fucking party on fucking Trump's cabinet. So, like, Democrats preferred Tulsi over fucking her. So there was no way she was gonna win. There was just no way. They picked like the worst fucking person they could pick.
Yeah, like I never thought that there'd be a less likable candidate than Hillary Clinton, and they trot her out. Well, actually, I'd say that Kamala was more like a nothing, to be honest with you.
Yeah. She was afraid to take a stand on anything, Just
except for Palestine. Oh,
yeah.
Wait, no, she was pro-Palestine before she switched to pro-Israel.
And that honestly, that fucked her too. Like, I don't think she still would have won, but she would have been better off. At least, there were people like the Dems blew no matter who were going to vote for her, no matter what. So try and get some of the disgruntled far left, as they call it, on your side by going to some of their issues. All you had to do is be like, yeah, I want to help out Palestine. We all know you wouldn't have done it, but you could at least fucking said it if you were fucking smart. But you're fucking stupid. That's why you fucking couldn't even be two old white dudes when it came to like the black vote and all that shit. So you suck. Beat it, bitch.
Steal this next election because they know that the moment that they lose, they're done. The moment that we take back the House, we take back the Senate, they're done. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to push legislation nonstop to fix this country, to right these wrongs. And if I even have any Democrats, if I'm
since when? Remember when Obama had
super both, majority?
Had the entire majority over everything, and they couldn't get a goddamn thing passed. They had to basically get the ACA run through as quickly as they can because they were about to lose the seats to get the votes to put it through.
It was his first 2 years. Right? It was a 2-year span, whatever it was. But
the first 2 years they had
first two. Yeah, Deft. He
had a majority and everything.
Yeah, he had everything, and they did nothing because they never do. So, and not to pick the Republicans don't when they get the majority either. But I'm just saying, well, except for both sides can always seem to get through the stuff the rich want. But anyway, yeah, this part's retarded too. They're like, dude, no, you're not getting all these Dems in, and even if you did, they never pass shit. So all of a sudden, there's gonna be a miracle where they start passing shit to save the country. It's not gonna happen, and people have seen through it now, man. They're not falling for this bullshit anymore. That's why nobody votes.
And I got Democrats that are trying to push back on this. I'm gonna tell you, I'll go nose to nose with them.
This is video again. Do you think Chicago mayor is doing a good job? I don't know. I'm not in Chicago.
I guarantee you the crime closed.
But he does say this is fake.
They literally just can't say it, can
Chicago. Here's your question as it relates to should Chicago be invaded, I suppose, if he's doing a poor job. First of all, I have friends of mine in Chicago who say he's certainly not as bad as Mayor Daley, and Mayor Daley was not invaded. So and they're older friends, I admit. And then there are others who say he's doing a good job. There are those who don't like him. That's not the point. The point is this: should an American city be invaded by the American military or the National Guard? And the answer to that is no. That's called the Posse Comitatus Act. The military should never be used as police. Police are there to protect and
that's literally serve. The mission of the National Guard. The
military is there to invade and conquer. That's exactly what you train your military people to be aggressive militarily. You do not want the American military policing city streets.
as Richard pointed out very aptly earlier, it quickly can disintegrate into something that resembles, the Kent State Massacre, because those people
turn people against our military.
Yes, and that will, which is what it did then. And the fact of the matter is, right now, the military enjoys a very healthy reputation for what it's done over the years. It has improved its reputation in the last generation very much. So you do not want to risk ruining that by putting them in situations that would put them against the average American, unarmed American citizen, or even armed American citizen. It's not a recipe for anything other than disaster.
Literally,
hello there.
Anything other than answer the question.
Question for Richard: don't you think that if there's anything damaging for Trump in the Epstein files, we would have known about it?
We do know about it. In fact, all you have to do are talk to the victims. I'm so damn tired of this crap. The victims have said what happened.
How do I talk to the victims?
Over and over and over again. Even those who signed NDAs
And where?
after they were
Where can I
abused
find
to come
these?
forward.
Yeah.
For the love of
Like
God,
obviously I'm on the
listen
side
to
of
the
going after
victims.
Trump here, but he acts like we can just go talk to victims. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Or we can see what they say. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I didn't get about this either. It's like I kind of feel like if this was something that was out there, like we'd know about it, right?
Well, I'm sure a lot of the victims are being protected and shit. And I'm trying to remember, like, I don't want to, I'll have to look back, I want to speak I don't want to say anything that's incorrect. But I do remember seeing or reading something about certain accusations from certain people, but I don't remember what the source was, so I don't want to say it. So I think there is stuff out there, but I can't go talk to the victims, Brian. I have to go by whatever the fucking source is. Like, I'm just going by common sense to me. Like I said, Liquid and I disagree, but I think he's in it. But it's not like these victims are easily accessible, and I can go fucking talk to them or hear their fucking open interviews in front of Congress or whatever the fuck he's talking about, because the shit didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if he wants us to listen to the victims, it's like, okay, fine. I've not heard anything from any of the victims. And honestly, if they were saying something like, especially if it was about Trump, that we'd probably have heard it, right?
Yeah, if there's something is easily, like, I'm not saying there's nothing, because obviously, like, let's just take Harvey Weinstein or fucking, Cosby. Obviously, they had a ton of victims.
Too.
We didn't hear about them for a long time. So I'm not saying just because you don't hear anything, there's nothing there, because I do think there's something there with Trump. But it's not like he's acting like, I would think if there were all these victims openly accusing Trump, me and you would fucking know about it, because we pay attention to this shit, or at least the average American would know about it. I don't know what he's talking about here. Like I said,
that's kind of what I'm getting at. I feel like we would know.
I'm pretty sure I have read shit in that, but I'm not going to say it because I don't remember what the source was. But it wasn't the victim themselves. So.
When you want to find out what happened in a violent crime, talk to the victims of the violent crime. These women have come forward. Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist for what he did to E. Jean Carroll. He is not.
He's talking about the 30 women, 20, whatever it is that accuse him, not the Epstein women. So that's because he brought up E. Jean Carroll. I think he's talking about all those the documented women who have accused Trump of sexual assault and all the other stuff. So.
And I'd like to point out that he's one of these dipshits that are using adjudicated rapist. Adjudicated means that you were convicted of being a rapist. That's literally what adjudicated means. It means you were judged as as being guilty. But I know all these dipshits, especially like on X and stuff, they say, they think that, okay, he was not. First off, it's a civil case, so there's no criminal conviction. And secondly, in the civil case, obviously, he was not accused of rape by the jury. They literally did not mark that check mark. What they mean is, like, the judge actually said, "Oh, I think he did. I think he did rape her." So they say, "Oh, adjudicated." Well, that's not adjudicated. That's the judge's opinion.
Yeah.
And it just makes people sound like an idiot when they say stuff like that. Karam of all people.
the wholesome family figure that he likes to pretend that he is. Remember, grab him by the vajayjay, the comment that he said about that. Remember that he did walk
Vajayjay.
backstage at the Junior Miss pageant to watch young girls, naked. I don't know what else you need. The thousands of Trump enemies everywhere have spoken. The victims of the crime have spoken. Listen to the victims of the crime.
How?
That is absolutely 100% the way it needs to be. And right now all they're doing is basically saying
they never have a difference of opinion.
Ghislaine Maxwell's word for this. And of course, she's serving almost 30 years in prison, and now all of a sudden she's at a golf course friggin' prison.
I agree, Nightwa.
This is all about her trying to make sure she can get a sweet deal. But understand, she was a monster. She was the one that lured these children, and she would set them in the corner of a room and then walk over and conduct things on Jeffrey Epstein, and then look at them and say, now it's your turn to come over here. She groomed these friggin' children. There are over 1,000 people that were preyed upon by the Billionaire Boys Club. And let me tell you something, Donald Trump, nobody has photographed more with Jeffrey Epstein than Donald Trump. And the reason for that is because for almost 2 decades, those two were connected at the hip. And oh, by the way, Donald Trump is on the flight log 7 times. But how many times did he fly to St. Thomas and have a person drive his yacht back and forth to that daggone island? Donald Trump was addicted to that shit. Donald Trump, once again, telling you, I used to walk in while the girls were changing. Imagine if you had a daughter that was 17 years old at the Miss Teen USA pageant, and you found out that this orange turd walked into the back and watched her when she was naked, putting clothes on. What would you do? Because the outcome, it's
nothing.
On immediately.
Brian wouldn't do anything.
And remember what Donald, for people who are saying they're going, why?
I don't know why we need the Epstein files. Apparently, these three, Richard and apparently Ojeda and Karam know it all already. Yeah. Why even release the Epstein files? They already know it all.
No reason to.
Well, there's not nearly as many victims. It's not like Bill Clinton doesn't have victims that came forward too. So again,
that's different.
I'm not both sizing it. Obviously, like I'm openly, like I said a million times, think Trump's in there, but these guys don't seem nearly passionate about taking out the Democrats that were most likely at this island. I wish they would be, but it's that makes you realize they don't really care about the issue. It's just a partisan hackery sort of thing with them. Even rape and child molestation, they make it into a partisan hack fucking issue.
Let me just point out what happened in the Oval Office yesterday. Donald Trump came out to talk about FIFA. By the way, he tried to take the FIFA trophy. Did you catch that? The FIFA guy hands him the gold trophy and he goes, I can keep this, right? No, Don, you can't. You try to steal everything. You're not keeping the FIFA trophy.
It was given to him.
But let's talk about what he did.
It was the old trophy. They made a new one.
He said, I can mention that that Bill Clinton was on that.
Even if it wasn't, like, who the fuck cares, Karam? Who cares? Like, not you, Liquid. I'm like, the shit they bring up about Trump. This is why the Dems suck. They focus on the shit that doesn't matter. Like, they focused on Stormy Daniels the first time around. Like, whatever. It's illegal. But do I blame a man for paying a porn star when he cheated on his wife? No. So you're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's not like go after the tough shit. Just real quick, I wanted to bring up Carla's comment here. I wonder if these guys are half as interested in Ashley Biden's diary or Hunter Biden's laptop content or Tara Reid's testimony. So,
the thing that's on the Biden's daughter's diary or the book she came out with, it's disgusting. It's like she said that Biden raped her in the shower like multiple times, and they don't talk about that.
I don't think that was actually the case. Wasn't it just that they were showering together to an inappropriate age?
Well, no, it was more than that from what I've heard. Allegedly.
I haven't read it. I said all I heard was it was just showering into an inappropriate age, which is still,
Yeah.
Even then, yeah. I don't know I don't know 100% about what I just said, but you shouldn't be showering with your daughter when like she's that age. It's disgusting. You can see it.
Yeah,
They don't talk about it.
Biden's clearly a creep. Yeah, Tara Reid. I can't remember. I covered Tara Reid. I can't remember if Liquid and I covered it together or not, or it came up before. I brought up like Ryan Grimm was the one pushing a lot of that. The Dems tried to discredit it, even though he was the same one that broke the Kavanaugh story. So Grimm was fine, a great reporter when he was talking about Kavanaugh, but not about Tara Reid. And they did the classic Easter Sunday news dump when they finally reported on it. Granted, Tara Reid shit is circumstantial, but I think she has a much stronger circumstantial evidence against Biden than even with the whole Kavanaugh thing. Like, it's shit she said way back in the day. People remember, and there's even that clip on Larry King where her mother was talking about her and Biden without using Biden's name. So yeah, the Hunter Biden. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if Hunter's on crack. Just like I don't care if Don Jr.'s sniffing coke. So that one doesn't interest me as much. But 100% the if Ashley if Biden's daughter is accusing him of shit, 100% they obviously don't seem to care. And the Tara Reid accusations, they definitely don't seem to care about. Even though some of that's just as circumstantial as some of the Trump shit. So yeah, it's very it's disgusting when rape and molestation is used as a weapon and they only care about it when it's on theirs. Both sides do this, unfortunately, but it's disgusting. We have to care about that shit in general. It shouldn't be a fucking political issue, a partisan issue. Fuck.
Absolutely.
It just did. Will you mention how many times you were on the plane? By the way, there are more pictures with Donald Trump and Jeff Epstein than I have with my grandmother. I mean, there's a shitload of photographs with Donald Trump and Jeff Epstein. How far gone is Donald Trump? Well, let's see. He said he knows more about, this is just yesterday. He said he knows more about low-income housing than anybody else in the country, which is an odd way to announce that you were once a slumlord. He said he claimed he was the chief law enforcement officer of the United States, which says he's not only corrupted, but completely gotten rid of the Department of Justice, because it is Pam Bondi, honestly, who is the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. And he lied about that. He claimed earlier last week that he had solved, not calmed or created any, but solved 6 wars in 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Then Caroline, the PEP secretary, came out and said it was 7 in 7 months. And yesterday in the Oval Office, he said, it actually should be 10 because I also solved 3 pre-wars, whatever in the hell a pre-war is. Then he said he showed his autographed picture of him and his girlfriend or boyfriend. I guess one of them's the male and is giving the reach around. And then he said he's going to invade Chicago.
That's the second homophobic remark he's made.
At the end of the day, he talked about pushing redistricting. Donald Trump.
Oh, he's a huge homophobe, apparently.
A fabulous, horrible, fascist phony. And everything that he does is simply to keep his ass out of jail, money in his pocket, and the electorate stupid, flatulent, and happy. And if you don't understand that, he's the grifter, you're the mark.
Yep.
And how sad it is that none of them are looking at history. Because I'm going to tell you right now, dictatorship always end
fall
with the friggin' deer leader being drugged through the friggin' streets. Benito Mussolini, Gaddafi, the people in Romania.
They really should warm up before that kind of a stretch.
Donald Trump may have people that think that he is the way, the truth, and the light, but those of us that have anything between our ears can see exactly what Donald Trump is doing and what Donald Trump is trying. But make no mistake, this is what's.
It always amuses me how when these three talk about how incredibly smart they are, because they're Democrats.
Yeah. I have no response to that. They're fucking
his downfall is
I was just going to say, every single time they talk about how incredibly smart they are, I just go, really?
I tell people all the time, look, let me tell you something. You can talk all the shit you want. I'm going to outlast you. I have the ability to outlast you. But you, and I'm talking, I come from as red as it gets. Brian comes from as red as it gets. These are people that think that he is the second coming of Christ, and they're losing their jobs now. Farmers are going under. They're losing their farms. And oh, by the way, J.D. Vance is with the group that swoops in and buys those farms out from under those people. And we got a suicide rate right now with farmers, because once again, when you lose your farm, you lose your legacy. That is something that's been into their families for hundreds of years. And the lowest that you can go is when you lose your farm. And right now, farmers are losing their farms at a rate we've never seen before. These are people that are like, I voted for Donald Trump. And now you're getting troops. 770 coal miners have lost their jobs in West Virginia.
Keep insulting them, Richard. They'll come over. They'll vote your way.
Why'd they vote for Donald Trump? He gives a shit about coal. No, he doesn't. He does this. And you're the ones that are going to eat the shit sandwich on this. And eventually you're going to wake up and realize that these goddamn Republicans that are standing up here trying to push this bullshit are doing nothing but fucking you over. Fucking you over. And eventually it's going to start to get to the point where you realize it, and then you're going to finally turn shit around.
Oh, God.
Well, he's definitely changed my mind.
Yep.
What was I thinking, guys? I was so wrong.
Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I'm a fucking moron, man. I wish I'm so dumb. I don't know how dumb I am, apparently.
Like, I obviously have a different strategy, and it's very, we all know it's almost impossible to change someone's stance. They almost have to like live through something. I think I've changed certain people's minds on certain specific things, events, pause, whatever. But it's very hard to get them to change completely. But I have more success getting them to change by, hey, Richard, acknowledging the bad shit, acknowledging the shit that they're right about concerning your side or my side, right? And then trying to tell them, you know, unfortunately, a lot of that same bad shit happens on your side, and blah, blah, blah. When you just yell at these fucking people and act like your side is fucking sweet as fucking pie and their side's the whole problem, they're not they're not as dumb as you think they are, Ojeda. They see right through that shit. They know your side sucks. You just gotta be like, you're right, my side sucks. Here's why your side sucks too, but you're not doing that. You're just yelling at these people like they're fucking idiots.
And he acts like I regret not voting for. I'm going to ever regret not voting for Kamala.
Right. And this guy voted for Trump. Don't forget once. Sorry, Deft.
Oh yeah, first time. Yeah.
No, yeah, great point. Look, that's a great point. Like we were actually going to vote for Kamala.
Right. Yeah, I didn't vote for Kamala, and I'm considered a progressive or whatever. You know, I voted third party. I'm not voting for that fucking garbage. Fuck that.
Yeah, very few. Not very many Democrats. Well, a lot did, obviously, but even Democrats were, even the ones that did vote, you know, the vote blue, no matter who, kind of plugged their nose while voting for her.
I do know a few people who think more like I think, and they just hated Trump so much or scared that they did vote for Harris, but it fucking killed them. I know that. So there were some of those people, but not nearly enough because she got her ass kicked.
Well, those people get what they deserve.
I will tell you what. Let me say it. Bo Bennington, my man. Thanks for the $2. Looking great, guys. Dude, he's a good dude. This guy. But I will tell you, I'm noticing Brian and Richard. Obviously, I live in the red state of Florida, which I don't really believe is a red state. I believe it's a purple state. Either way,
you believe what you want.
I used to see Trump
purple
flags
state that's never blue anymore.
Flying on every block, on every car. I mean, Trump hats in the gym. You know what I don't see anymore? Those Trump flags. I don't see those. I don't see those Trump hats anymore.
Probably because the election's over.
Maybe they realize they've been fucking duped.
Well,
or the election's
I think
over.
At the end of the day, 10 years from now, when the dust is settled, if it does, Donald Trump will be remembered among Republicans as Richard Nixon. They will deny that they were ever for him.
Jetta thinks they're dumb and haven't learned anything. Well, fucking John's like, they realize they've been duped. Which is it? Do they realize they've been duped, or are they fucking idiots that are falling for Trump? Like, it can't be fucking both. Fucking.
Oh, of course it can. You just have to have enough cognitive dissonance to be able to keep two opposing viewpoints in your head.
Yeah, they literally have two narratives. They can't, like I said, one of them is MAGA woke up, they've seen the light, and the other one is fucking wake up, MAGA, you fucking idiots, come see the light. It's like, it's two totally different fucking things. But yeah, they somehow try and make it work. with their
say they
fucking
were
brain.
secretly fighting against him the entire time. Donald Trump's goal is not to, he's looking for a legacy, part of the reason why he's building all the things he's building at the White House. But I firmly believe that Donald Trump hopes to die in office and be and then will lie in state. Well, privately you'll have to pay to see him, of course, because it's done. He will lie in state in that brand new ballroom that he wants to build after he's destroyed, of course, the Rose Garden and turned it into
didn't destroy the Rose Garden, by the way.
It looks like
They just made a patio out of the grass area in the middle of the Rose Garden.
Again, even if he did, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
the stupid chick they focus on.
like a patio at Mar-a-Lago. In fact, we were told that by the PEP secretary that the umbrellas and the tables are actually from Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, boy.
So that's, the white and yellow. It looks cheap and cheesy and it's horrible.
And he
But
probably
that's-
charged. He probably charged.
probably charged double.
Richard, yeah, he probably did.
Yes.
He probably charged double to the U.S. about.
You mean the guy that charges the hotel rooms at cost and doesn't take a salary?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Oh,
Richard,
Probably
shut
charged-
up. Shut the fuck up, Richard.
Nah, this is where, dude, the no salary thing. The guy's made billions since being fucking president.
Well, his companies have stocks have increased.
Yeah, and he sells his fucking fake watches and his fucking Bitcoin. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna. It's nitpicking, not nitpicking, but the fucking no salary thing is just a fucking look over here.
Come
while
on,
I
Nick. We're
fucking-
making fun of Richard now.
Well, I robbed the treasury over there. I can still make fun of Richard. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Trump is and it's a classic. Like, look at me, I'm a good guy while I'm fucking robbing over here. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just trying to say there's probably older things or whatever, like older furniture, and he probably just gave it to him.
Yeah, like I even said, I don't even care about that shit. Like,
It's
At
not
the end
a.
of the day, Richard, you
Yeah,
got a
me.
point. Donald Trump doesn't want to go anywhere, and
It's a lot to do about
stay
nothing.
put. So I know, because I have sources in his administration.
No, he
he's
doesn't.
looking for a loophole if he can to run for a third term, and probably the easiest way is to, as you saw, when Zelensky came with the.
Sorry, we need to get through this because it's getting late. But his sources are like, everybody knows this. That's his sources because he's been pretty vocal about it. Trump has been pretty vocal about trying to figure out a way that maybe he can get in there for another term,
right.
which I disagree with 100%.
I was also gonna say, literally the independent shows I watch were reporting on it last week, so it's not some secret thing. It's being reported on that he's looking for loopholes. Also, he's being vocal about it. So good on
He's
you.
got
dude.
he's got his agents
Results from
inside
Europe
the
this
White
week.
House, though.
Right.
And sat in the Oval Office with Donald, and Donald looked at Zelensky and said, "Wait a minute, a national emergency in a war, you don't have elections? Well, maybe what if we just happen to be in a war at the next election?" Donald Trump's looking for a way to stay. He honestly
That's not in
believes he
our
can
constitution. It's
survive,
in
and I
theirs.
don't. We have 1,000 of this day. As of this day, I think, with give or take, there's 1,245 days left to go in Donald Trump's administration. I don't know if he reaches the end of it. I see him mentally compromised at this point, with his leash being held by Steve Miller. And I also see him physically compromised. If you saw him in the Oval, if you've been around him, he has a lot less energy. He's got the swollen hands, the swollen ankles.
All they
He's in
got,
trouble.
the same thing that
And-
Biden was.
Yeah,
And the problem
accused
is,
of.
who's going to
Fuck
take
off.
his
Yeah.
place? JD, I love my sofa Vance. Donald Trump actually would like Marco Rubio to be his, carry on, the standard and be Donald Trump too. It's going to be a shit show once and if Donald Trump doesn't make it through the end of this administration.
Does
JD
Karen
Vance
not know
does
that
not have
Vance is the
support.
vice president?
What you're going
And
to see, to your point,
Yeah.
that's who succeeds him?
and what
It's
you're
no
going to see
shit
to
show.
the Army Major's
It's
point is the fact that all fascism is
It's like it doesn't matter what Trump wants as his successor, that Vance is the vice president.
Right. And I don't even think he's wrong. Right, because I mean the what do you call it? The Project 2025. It's anyway, the shit you read, the rumors is like Vance is their guy. The people that put all that shit together. So I don't think it's, and I think Vance is more popular than Rubio when it comes to MAGA. They seem to like Vance.
Oh,
So
100%.
I don't know what he's talking about.
100%.
It's
100%.
the same way. It ends bloody, nasty, and loud. And Donald Trump is pushing the envelope. The reason why he's invading all, the cities, the reason why he wants to take over the Smithsonian, the reason why he wants to call the Kennedy Center the Kennedy Trump Center.
Yep.
He wants us to do nothing but focus on what he's saying and doing, and he's going to make as big a spectacle as he can because he does not want you looking at what he did with Epstein, because there's something there. I don't know what it is. And if the
But he was pretty confident earlier.
he is,
listen to the victims.
We know most of the bad stuff.
Yeah, maybe he's not listening to the victims.
That has him this scared, because I mean, if it was there, the logical question then is, why didn't Biden release it? Why didn't the Democrats release it?
No shit.
And so the
because it was under court.
Shut up, dude.
But the DOJ has the files. Now look, the New York judge, they petitioned for the grand jury testimony to be released, and the judge in New York, in the Ghislaine Maxwell and in the Donald Trump case, said, "Listen, there's only one FBI official here on the record. I'm not releasing it because it doesn't mean, and it would be contrary to what you're saying. And by the way, and this was the beautiful part, the DOJ has within its possession a lot more files. Have they been scrubbed? Have they? Because Donald Trump came out Friday in the Oval Office and said, hey, there's some names in those files that really shouldn't be there, hinting that maybe he was one of them and he shouldn't be there. There's something there that scares the living crap out of Donald Trump. And if you've ever seen the movie Wag the Dog, this is the scenario I'm afraid of. Donald Trump creating a national disturbance and a war and putting people at risk simply to protect his information from becoming public. Donald Trump is literally the man who would burn the country to the ground to rule over the ashes.
Yep.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is something that everybody needs to understand, because, who did they fire first in our military? They fired the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, which was a 4-star general. And let me tell you something, that guy was the chairman. He wasn't just sitting on the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was the chairman, which means he was in charge of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
And Ojeda doesn't understand how cabinet positions work.
Because of the color of his skin. Because if you ever looked at his background, this guy was one of the most impressive people in the country, flat out. But they got rid of him because of the color of his skin. And the very next day, they got rid of the.
No, they got rid of them because
that was on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and she was the commander, the admiral.
Because they voiced their intention to disobey orders.
That's who they're getting rid of. They're getting rid of people of color. They're getting rid of women that are in positions of power. That's what they're doing. And if you can't see that, you're not paying attention. And I really wish.
Didn't you just say that Tulsi Gabbard is
Fox News paid $787 million.
Got a pretty good, powerful position?
The problem with that is
does.
that we know about
I was actually going to say,
and the people in the chat.
I'm someone that thinks Trump is racist, but I still think it's about being loyal to him. He doesn't care. He's had black people in his cabinet. That's not why. I don't think that's why he fired that guy. It's like you said. It was probably what you said. Probably because they weren't going to be loyal to him. It has nothing to. If you kiss Trump's ass, he doesn't care. If you're a woman, black, doesn't care.
Which is, as I said before, that's sort of the point of cabinet positions. It's people that you put in place in order to carry out your directives and your orders. That's sort of the point of the cabinet positions, because the president can't be everywhere all the time doing everything.
Yep, that's fair.
So you need people who are going to represent you and do what you want them to do. That's the entire point of the positions.
If all you drink from Fox News and Newsmax, who also just got hit with a $67 million fine for lying, you're never going to be told, hey guys, yeah, we're Fox. We just had to pay $787 million because of lying. They don't tell you that. And those people continue to drink.
They literally acts as if not every single news agency has had to pay fines for misinformation.
Will not look any other way. And Fox News is not taking care of American people. I'm going to tell you one of the things that I want to do if I make it back to Washington, if I make it to Washington D.C.,
You never made it
He
there.
won't.
I want to bring back the fairness doctrine.
You've been a
It says
state rep, but you
you
never
have to
made it
have
to
honor and
DC.
integrity in news media.
Oh,
If
I'll
you
be
get
with
caught
you,
lying,
brother.
There you go. There you
Of
go.
course, Karen wants
Only
to.
way I can help you.
Listen, the people that are going to be most seriously impacted by the fairness doctrine, like these people don't seem to understand, is them. Like Karen specifically.
And as a political reporter, it's Karam's job to hold politicians accountable. And he's literally kissing, "Oh, I'll be there for you, brother. I'll cover for you if you make it." Fucking, it's not your job, dude.
There, you let me know.
Yeah, you get caught lying twice and you're done. Bye-bye. You're off the air. We had
Damn, they would have been gone in about the first 2 minutes.
I hear these Republicans are Reagan Republican. Fuck you. That guy didn't do jack shit. He's the reason why Fox News is here. You know, he's the reason why the billionaire class have been robbing us, the working class, for the past 60 friggin' years. The moment that friggin' turd said trickle down economics, the working class have carried this country. It's time for us to switch the tables and let's let the billionaire class carry this country for the next 50
Clinton and
years.
Obama did such a good job against all that.
Dude,
Baby, and read it. It's here. that's exactly right.
I just stopped myself because this is the shit I yelled
I
at
know
them.
we're almost done, but this is really
Yes,
important.
this
What
is
do you
almost
guys
this is getting
make
close to
of
done.
this
So
fucking him trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize? I mean,
it's getting late.
can't he just win something? Did you see him golfing in Scotland and had his fucking caddy drop the ball? This guy cheats every second of his life, and now he wants the Nobel Peace Prize.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's no integrity whatsoever.
What was that?
Once again, you want the Nobel
John,
Peace
go
Prize
spit. He had
while
a fucking
you're
mouthful of
invading
fucking
your
saliva.
own
It's gross.
That's our
state.
John.
This guy is an absolute buffoon. And you know what? Let me tell you something. This is one of the things I love. Europe has a far better education system. They don't leave people behind like we do in this country. And let me tell you something. I doubt very seriously they will ever friggin' even think about putting that friggin' orange turd in for a daggone, for that type of an award.
Well, he's been nominated by friends and family members on the Friends and Family.
Yeah, Trump going after the
and we'll find out
Nobel
in
Peace
October,
Prize.
I believe, whether or not
I mean, hey, they
I
gave it to
believe he will,
Obama.
because
When,
as the
he
army
was
that was
literally
pointed
bombing
out,
countries
it's
as
kinda
he was
hard to be
receiving
seen
the
as a
award.
man of peace when you're invading your
Yeah,
own country.
it's a joke. Neither
He
one of
wants
those
this
fucks
because he
deserve
hates
it.
Obama. He has tried everything he can.
Well, he's jealous of Obama.
Well, yes, both can be true, and in this case, it is. And he's hated Obama ever since the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I was at that one where Barack Obama made fun of Donald Trump, and the laugh was on Donnie. And Donnie is all about retribution. Dear Donnie is always about revenge, nothing more, nothing less. So he wants to get in. Why do you think he hid Obama's portrait in an unknown hallway in the White House? He didn't even want anybody to see it. He can't stand it. And by the way, he can't stand Biden. You want to know why? Because Biden beat him in this fair and square in an election. He can't admit it. He never will admit it. The only two people if you really want to piss
Had to really make that fair and square point, huh?
Too, but the only two people Donald Trump ever beat in a fight were two girls. So Donald Trump is basically he's not the alpha personality that he thinks he is.
I have no idea.
He's talking about Hillary and Kamala.
One of the least
Kamala.
likely and
he's
least
being sexist
qualified
is what he's
people
being
ever to hold office in the United States.
That women aren't good enough candidates.
Damn, Brian,
I'm
I
sorry,
had no
just
idea.
sad.
Yep.
He's sad.
I'm glad this person brought this up. How about that 747 given to him by Qatar, and then he accepts it?
Qatar, you fucking.
Don't you need? I'm pretty sure that has to be approved by Congress.
People on the left seem to like to call it Qatar.
It's never going to be Air Force
I'm not wrong.
One.
It's Qatar.
They're probably
right?
going to have to sell it for
Or am I wrong?
parts. First of all, you're going to have to break the.
I'm going to be
damn thing
honest
down
with
to
you.
make sure
I don't
it's
know. I've
not
always called it
above.
Qatar.
And
Sorry.
then you're
I ain't
gonna
got
have
no
to
idea,
replace
dude.
You also have to read the
everything on it.
emolument clause. You
Yeah, well,
got to read the
the
emolument clause before you start doing this shit. Donald Trump don't read.
The emolument clause. Well, how about the fact that he's
I already brought that up, asshole.
he's made $100 million in stocks and bonds since he became president. The emolument clause. Why did he go to Scotland? Oh, that's right, to open up his own golf course. He's making money off the presidency. For those who support Donald Trump, how much of that did you get? How much of what he's made personally have you gotten?
How are your prices these days? Is gas $1.99?
I'm sure his employees and investors are doing pretty
is
good.
Food as cheap as he claims? Is rent gone down? How about your mortgage payments? How about anything that you have? Oh, I'm sorry, healthcare.
Oh yeah, gas
We say
plummeted.
that healthcare is universal healthcare is too hard to figure out. Well, they figured it out in 32 of the 31 most industrialized nations. The only one that hasn't is us. So I'm sorry, folks. Facts are facts, and you can't deny the facts.
Those are OGENIS metals.
That our government, it's the old pogo.
You want to bring up diet? Well, yeah, Ogena is actually was an Army major, Ranger sapper.
Yeah, he is whatever we think. He is the real deal with that shit. So
yeah, he's definitely had a very crazy military career. He's was very young to be a major, and he came up as enlisted. So
saying we have met the enemy and he is us. We get the government we deserve because we are uneducated. And don't expect me to defend all the Democrats or all the Republicans. But the problem, and Richard, I think you pointed out, all
can you criticize
George
one?
W. Bush's No Child Left Behind became Every Child Left Behind. And the fact is that we are less educated. We don't trust science. We don't trust history. We don't trust our literature.
Mostly since COVID.
Any of it. We have created a nation where there are no facts. And until you have vetted
mostly because of things that these three people said
go forward.
are repeated.
Destroyed reality, and that's a fact.
Yeah, and
Jack. It's not a fact. It's not Jack.
John Carl Jacobson. Sounds like a Danish name to me. Well,
let me say it's also important, real quick, to make sure that whenever Donald Trump spews something, before you run with it, you might want to check it out. Donald Trump said gas was $1.98.
This guy.
Let me tell you something. Gas right now on average is around $3. That's nationwide. Because
this guy talking about fact checking something before he spew it out is we're fucking rich.
He knows that his flock will pick it up and run with it. He's not made America great again. He made America hate again. And that's exactly where we are right now. We are on the verge of losing everything. I'm at the point now where I'm like, I hope this friggin' daggone alien spaceship that's coming towards the United States of America is actually a group that have been watching us on their TV as like a damn series, and they're realizing that we're about ready to end it all, and they're going to come here and they're going to save us.
Although I wouldn't doubt that Richard believes it's a spaceship.
Fuck it, I'm down with it.
Last question. Last question for you both before I let you go. Now, I love Gavin Newsom. I always have.
God.
Even when I was in California. Let me tell you something. To me, and Brian, this is something that you have said on this show for years. The Democrats are bad at messaging. And they don't fight back, and they don't stand up for themselves. What Gavin Newsom is doing is epic because he's giving it back to Donald. And he's trolling Donald Trump big time. And I love it. And I think it gives him incredible popularity.
I'm fairly certain Trump doesn't care.
I believe Gavin Newsom will be our next president.
Oh, shut up, John. Shut up.
Did I chase Nick away?
No, dude, I can't
talk?
deal. I can't. No, I'm listening. I got the earbuds in. I can't So, John, can you name one policy? Like, you lived in the fucking state that this guy runs. Can you name me some fucking policy positions of his that you like, or you like his trolling? He's the fucking president. He's not. Oh, sorry. If he wants to be president, he's not supposed to be trolling. He's supposed to be fucking governing. He's supposed to be governing right now his own state, not fucking trolling fucking Trump. It's this fucking symbolism they all do that means fucking nothing. And John's those classic person we talk about. The way he votes is so fucking moronic. It drives me fucking nuts.
Well, he's blue no matter who.
And literally I brought this up before. I love my late father, and I bring him up sometimes on the show because he was very complicated. Where like his two favorite presidents were fucking probably Reagan and JFK, which are fucking, you know what I mean, polar opposites, But he had some of that in him too, where like when he saw Bill Clinton play the saxophone on Arsenio Hall or whatever it was, he's like, "Oh, this guy, I like this guy." It's So that's why, and people vote for these stupid fucking reasons or support people for dumb reasons. John likes Newsom, obviously likes all Dems, but he really likes Newsom because he's trolling the guy he fucking hates. Doesn't know about his policy positions, doesn't know how he fucking treated the homeless in California, doesn't know how he fucking just hooks up the rich, doesn't know he's fucking terrible in the state that John fucking lived in. But because he trolls Trump, he's fucking great. No, he's not great, John. He fucking sucks.
President 2028. What say you two?
I'll go. Okay, so I absolutely love what Gavin Newsom is doing. I think that I would absolutely.
I had to think for a second. Wait, how do I agree with him?
I would love for him and Andy Bashir to get together. I would love that. I think Andy Bashir can win in red areas. He is absolutely solid. And I'll tell you what, they could flip-flop, don't matter to me, because I think that's what's needed. I worry that Gavin Newsom, because he is coming on, strong, it's one of those things where you got to be careful. You don't want to peak, because what he's doing is what we need. We need that right now. We need people to go and stand up to Donald Trump and showing the Republicans this is exactly the way that Donald Trump has been spewing garbage for the past 9 years. Now you're just getting your taste of it. But I'm telling you, love what he is doing. And I would love for him and Andy Bashir to start having talks, because if that comes, they're done. The Republicans are done.
You said Kamala was going to win, dude.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, they were all about. He was all about Kamala
Richard,
too.
I love what you said. I know that Bashir is going to run, or is making plans for it, and would be either a good presidential or VP candidate. Although it would be nice to see him take Mitch McConnell's seat as well if he decided not to run. I would love to see that happen as well. Any of those three spots, I think Bashir would be perfect for. As for Gavin Newsom, my concern about Gavin, you kind of put into towards there, Richard. The first guy out of the gate, and the guy who's and we tend to view these things as horse races. The guy who's leading in the first turn often isn't the guy who finishes the race. So he does have to worry about peaking too soon. Would he be a better choice than Donald Trump? Well, hell yeah. I
would be a better choice.
Trump can't run, dude.
I mean, my son would be a better choice than Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's going to be running against Vance.
Experience.
If he runs it all.
I believe that there are plenty
and
of
Vance
people
will trounce him
better off
immediately.
Donald Trump. I don't know who lasts all the way to the end. So my concern
Gavin's
with Gavin
fucked
Newsom,
up every single place he's governed.
29-year-old who's creating all those memes for him and all the stuff on social media.
Yes, I do too. Sorry, we have specific questions. I don't think it's a troll, but here we go. Video. Thanks for the tenor. Brian, any thoughts on replication crisis of published science? My friends that are actually in science won't trust any research just because it's published. 50% can't be replicated. That's not good. Brian, any thoughts on that?
Peer-reviewed science. Science is a process, not an end. It's a means to an end, a means to facts and a means to truth. If you don't trust any research, then I'd say you probably haven't seen much research, because there are plenty of vetted factual information that has been brought to us by
John
research.
has no idea what that question
was. You can look at the
No,
history of
not even
science
a little
to see
bit.
that that's true.
The problem is the pay-to-play
You present
journals.
a theory. You test the theory. If the facts bear themselves out,
You really have to
testing. It's more than just a theory.
check out the journals. There's
of gravity.
I forgot the website.
Theory. It's
There's a whole website that actually
factual
will tell you what journals are actually reputable and what ones will actually
some supposition is wrong. Yes, that's the science.
We'll just
in politics, if you change your
whatever
mind,
you
you're
put for
called
an amount of money.
wishy-washy. However, in science, the goal is to find vetted factual information. So as more information becomes available, the facts or the knowledge changes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the scientific method. And that's why you have peer-reviewed study before something is published. And if you don't trust the peer-reviewed study and you do the research and you can't find replication, then you change your theory. That's all part of that's been part of the scientific method since
hypothesis.
since the age of enlightenment. which we seem to have abandoned because we seem to think that everything that they produce, that's the final word. And that's never the final word, ever. And you've got
they trust science or not,
folks. Science is not an end; it's a means to an end. That simple.
Look at what
Well, Mayor, it has been a pleasure to finally be back with you and Brian. And it's always fun. I love these conversations. I believe they're kind of necessary at this point, considering how freaking crazy.
Hopefully, he has one next week.
Country is going. Donald Trump is now, maybe Brian, I believe, up to 46 of the Project 2025. 46.
Where you see John and they all three trust the science,
and we all knew that was coming. We all knew it was coming. And Joe Rogan, shame on you. You knew it too, but you supported this fucking jackaloon. And now you're like, I made a mistake. Fuck off, Joe. You fucking
tinfoil hat has helped you.
I mean,
more than
we saw it, Brian. You saw it, Richard. You saw it. I saw it. I'm not saying that we're splitting the atom, but it wasn't really that hard to see that Donald Trump was going to
everything in it. They know he's circling the drain, so now they're trying to make sure they can figure out a way out of it. That's all this is. Hey, guys, I really, really enjoyed being on here with you guys. I got to run, but, hey, John, keep me in the loop, brother. Let's do this again. Brian,
Richard,
great seeing you, and I feel bad. I just got back from D.C. Next time I'm in D.C., if you're there, we're getting together.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Karen literally lives right outside of DC.
Is there anything you want to plug? Oh, he's alive.
All really good friends. No, nothing about each other.
Enjoying being on here, 8:30 every night, Eastern Standard Time.
All right, thank you, Richard. And
Brian, you need help, Richard. You need help.
Well, the name of the book is called Free the Press, wherever fine books are sold. The name of the podcast is called Just Ask the Question, and it's 7th year. You can catch me on what is it? True Social? No, on Substack. Reporter's Notebook on Substack. You can also catch me every week in Salon with a column on the White House. So, and then shows wherever somebody wants me to show up. So,
especially Stephanie Miller.
And it's always a pleasure, John. Honestly, it's always a pleasure with you and Richard. I love it.
Yes, I had a great time. Thank you, Brian.
Always, anytime. Peace and love, fellow babies.
All right, I'll see you, man. All right. And there goes Brian Karen. Another. Well, it's been fun. I haven't done this obviously in quite some time. I don't know if I will do it again.
Please.
But I felt it was important at least once to address all the nonsense that is going on. And
I hope he does it again, and we can.
See a lot of people in the chat, and they still support Donald Trump, and I just
snipe it.
We can inflict this upon more people in the Dabbleverse.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I just don't. I don't know how. You don't really have to be, as I said before, splitting the atom to not see that this guy is a fucking idiot. I don't know how.
John can't even part his hair. I don't know why he's talking about splitting atoms.
I mean, but more and more people are starting to do what this person is doing, and I'll just show this. And I notice it especially.
But he's 4 pounds lighter than when he fought
around.
So looks great
here in Florida. Now it's been a while since I did this. Let me see.
Looks like he's gained weight.
He does.
Share the screen.
I just heard him drunkenly talk Clearwater chat. He was like 4 pounds lighter.
Yeah, right.
There we go. I've been noticing a lot of this happening. Let me turn off the sound because I don't want to. There's a song that plays, but this is going on. I notice it here in the state of Florida.
Are they going to burn this?
People starting to lose faith, and it's about fucking time.
Because we have no idea who these people are.
And
this is literally could be Democrats.
This is what I am seeing.
There's still creases in the flag.
They just bought
it. A lot of people.
I was going to say, good for them. They actually took the creases out of the flag. They just took it out of the bag.
And if
but nope, the creases are still in it.
Not felt duped at this.
So they basically just bought it.
Then I'm sorry, you really are stupid.
Yeah, they look so cool.
Donald Trump pulled the wool over your eyes.
So I'm assuming that those are not.
He's a charlatan.
Trump people.
And if this is happening, like John says, then what is he worried about? Great. They've seen the light, John.
This lunatic gave me 99 cents, and
mammy.
I don't like John, but that was fucked up what she did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know anything about him. I believe that's a Dabbleverse question, nor do I really care. Like I said, if you haven't read
knows who Blind Mike is.
Yeah, no shit.
I do not plan to be back into
He's not
the
Chad Zumick being
Dabbleverse
asked about
anytime
Mumbling Nick
soon.
and Liquid
In fact,
Cryptid.
I don't ever
He
want
knows
to
who he
be.
is.
Clay Dabbler, I know you always are asking me to do a show, and I
Did
love
one
you,
today,
Yeah.
by the
but
way,
it's not what I want to do
in
right
case
now.
everybody
With
missed
with
it.
Rob Saul.
I really don't have to, and nor do I feel like
He's done
punching
2 shows
down
since this, including
to a
one with
bunch
fucking Clay
of
and Rob.
losers.
He's constantly saying
Anyway,
he doesn't have to and doesn't
I
need the
hope you all
money.
had fun. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll
He
have
will.
to see.
Yep.
This is Stuttering John saying, yeah.
Yeah, fat fuck.
Yeah, you gain weight, John. How? Yeah, you embarrassed. Embarrassing.
And why did he cut the sleeves off that shirt?
He thinks he's
Because he
fucking
wants to show off his
jacked.
tattoo.
Fuck. All
That's
right.
why. You know why, Liquid.
Let's get that
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
mug off
because he
his
thinks it
fucking
makes him look
chin.
badass.
Yeah.
It makes him look like a biker.
Kate
So he
Meany,
gets on
baby.
his Harley.
But yes, this is the Politics Plus. There was no plus. The plus was always they do politics first and then do an hour of Dabbleverse. Was the plus, but whatever. You know, you make a brand, you stick with it. You know.
Yeah.
Once it gets popular, well,
How you feeling?
Never
Nick?
got popular.
You feeling better?
Yeah, I had a moment there where I actually didn't feel bad, but not to get too into it, I have weird shit where literally like I'll be able to feel my pulse like in certain parts of my body, and it's fucking weird. Like my temple will
I've
start
had that
doing
once
this.
before.
Literally at the back of my legs. I was having it with my fucking finger, and I'll twitch a little bit. My fingers were like twitching. So, but I wasn't in pain or anything. It just, I don't know, man. Or I want to complain about our healthcare system, but this is mostly my fault in that since I stopped seeing my primary care doctor for years, I was considered no longer a patient. So I had to wait months before I was like seen. So, and now I'm, she's got me seeing specialists and on some medication, but still, until I see the specialist, I'm not going to know if it's a heart issue, a vein issue, a blood pressure issue, so we'll figure it out. But
yeah, I don't know if you heard me when we first went on while you were having your issues. I was talking about that. Also, recently having heart issues as well. You seem to really. It's like you become hyper aware of everything your body's doing when you.
Oh yeah.
When you have an issue like that, where it's kind of like if it was before then. Oh shit! I just hit my mic. I just hit my microphone.
That was kind of funny watching you do that too.
Well, I was plugging in my headset, and I leaned over, and I just because I have my microphone is right here in front of me.
Okay,
is right here. I'm holding my microphone.
All right.
I can't see it, so I just headbutted it. But anyway, yeah, I find that. When I had my heart issues there for a long time, months went by where I got myself a watch, all the heart with a real fancy one that's even got like ECG and looks for AFib and like it's got like all sorts of sensors on it. Every single time my heart would race a little bit, I'd be like, oh, is this the one? What's going on? You just get like this hyper awareness. And then of course they will. Oh no, it isn't. And of course, what the doctor or the cardiologist would be like, oh, you taking your blood pressure every day? What's your heart rate? They constantly want you monitoring everything, which doesn't help at all either.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what stressed me out, right? So they wanted me to take my blood pressure for like 2 weeks. And my dumbass left my medication because I've been on blood pressure medication for years, and then obviously I got cut off because I stopped going to the doctor, so I hadn't been on it in forever. So checking my blood pressure and pulse and seeing how it was high was stressing me out, which is probably making it fucking worse, so it was like as high as it's ever fucking been. So I was like, I'm not checking this shit every day. You can check it when I go to the fucking doctor.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I ended up actually with white coat anxiety, which I'd never had before. Where you go to the doctor, it's where you go to the doctor, and it's just like it's a subconscious thing. Like you can't even control it. It's just like every time I would take my blood pressure before going into the doctor, and it would be high, but not terrible, right? Then I go to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Man, your blood pressure is really high." And I'm like, "I just took it like 20 minutes ago, and it was fine," And I go into the doctor, and it's high. So it ended up giving me that, where like I don't feel anxious, but I guess subconsciously I got the anxiety of it's going to be high again. So
right. Like I've never been one of them. So, but I think it's so. Just not getting all into it, but how because people, I don't want to bore you to death. But how it all started is I noticed we've been usually very busy at work, and then there was a week where we finally had a lull. So I did way more sitting than usual in my cubicle, and I noticed at the end of the week, my legs, my kink were kind of swollen like fucking Donald Trump's and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I start looking up shit that could cause it. And of course, there's a million fucking things, and none of it's good, but some's less bad than others. And I landscaped that weekend, and it started to work itself out. It seemed to only really happen when I was like sitting for too long. So a couple days later, at night I started elevating my legs. And one night I went to bed and I elevated my legs, and all of a sudden, as soon as I elevated my legs, my fucking heart started like beating out of its chest, which made like no fucking sense because it's supposed to like make it easier for your heart when you elevate your legs. And then for weeks, I had heart palpitations where sometimes it was beating fast, sometimes it was fluttering. And, I finally went to the hospital, and it's all other things where I clearly have blood flow issues to my lower legs because I have discoloration. I've lost leg hair. And I thought, I'm not to bore you all, but I had reasons why I thought that shit was happening. And obviously those weren't the reasons. There's obviously some kind of blood flow issue. But now the pulse thing is what's weirding me out the most. The heart happens not nearly as often, thankfully, but every day, certain times, I can feel my pulse in certain parts of my body, and it's fucking weird. So I don't know.
I thought losing your hair on your legs was like wearing socks over a long period of time.
So here's what's funny, man. Like 20 years ago, I don't know if I told this on air yet. If I did, I apologize. But 20 years ago, I bet on a fucking New England Patriots Steelers game in the fucking winter in January, obviously. And even though I am a New Englander, I fucking hate the Patriots. So I bet on the Steelers, and they lost. And the loser was supposed to shave their legs in January and wear shorts to work the next day because we worked together. Instead of shaving my legs, I used Nair, and it never grew back. It grew back, but it grew back thinner, or there was less of it. It wasn't nearly as, my legs weren't as hairy. Like there was hair there all over my legs, but it was either thinner or I was missing some of the hair. I couldn't tell which. Well, pretty much most of the hair below my knee is now like falling off. And I just thought, yeah, I fucked it up with the Nair. And I have this discoloration near my ankles, but it almost looks like dirt stains. Because I remember when I first started noticing them, because I landscape, and that's what you get dirtier by my ankles than anywhere from landscaping, because it just settles like above the boot and the shoe. And I would try and scrub, and it wasn't coming off, and it's just discoloration. So I'm so dumb. I'm like, I must have stained my skin from landscaping. And turns out, no. But because I landscape and always got dirty there, I just, whatever, didn't acknowledge the discoloration as anything. And because I used Nair on my legs and the hair grew back all fucked up, I didn't think anything when I lost the hair. But my doctor thinks it's blood flow issues down there. So we'll see. Because I also lost, not to be gross, but I didn't have a lot, but you get a couple hairs on your big toe, your little toe. I don't have that shit anymore. It's all gone. So I don't know.
I'll be damned.
Well, at least you're getting it looked at.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out.
But yeah, anybody listening, man, if you have like swelling in your, especially like in your legs, by your ankles and stuff like that, if it starts to swell up or discolor or something, go to the doctor.
Yep. Don't be an idiot like me and fucking the discoloration I've had for fucking years now, but never thought the swelling's new. Oh, and the other thing is, I have crooked shin bones. So my legs are bowed. So I've had to have knee surgery and ankle surgery. So when my legs hurt, I always chalked it up to that, but it could be, who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? So when they would swell, sometimes I would chalk it up to my leg injuries because my knee's always swollen, and I don't know. I had all this shit that I fucked up through the years that made me ignore whatever this was because I thought it was all related to my other shit. So till the heart and the pulse started fucking around. But
well, stay safe, Nick. Keep getting that stuff checked out, man. I had no idea.
Do.
Anyway.
Yep.
I gotta go.
We all gotta go.
Me too.
Thank you guys. Deft, I'm gonna obviously you guys leave when I hit the music, but I'm gonna DM you tomorrow, Deft, if you're available. I want to have you on for. I will try my best during the week at some point if you're available.
I'm available.
If not, all right, because I appreciate you adding to this. I feel like I did you dirty because I talked way too much and my shit was fucked up StreamYard. So I want to have a proper Deft interview. It doesn't have to be political. I just want to talk to my buddy Deft. So we'll get some shit done. But
yeah, it'd be nice to just have like sort of a political talk just to see,
yeah, well,
where you stand on things, Deft.
Yeah. And then we could even just move on to something else after that.
I really don't really stand with I don't know. I just try not to follow politics as much anymore.
Honestly, dude, I like your theory. So I like, they're different than mine. So I like to, we can talk about about that shit or whatever. But anyway, thank you guys for coming. Liquid, thank you for, sorry. Plug your shit, guys. Liquid, plug your shit.
You see my channel on YouTube. I'm starting to stream a little bit more. At least I'm trying. And then you can go over to kick.com/liquid-cryptid to see Stuttering John, because I'm catching all this stuff. I have it set up so John will preempt everything. So if you want to see John reruns, especially the drunk show that he took down, you can go over there and see it, as well as others. And go ahead and take advantage of the AI voices, the instant clipping, and AI images for free.
Fantastic. How about you, Deft? Where can they find you?
Oh, Brandon Deft on Twitter, or X as the kids call it, and YouTube. And that's about it. Just doing live streams and stuff like that.
Fantastic. And I will add the shit to I always add in the description. I usually do it beforehand. I think I rushed when I made this one, so I will add both of your you Deft and you Liquid, your links in the chat. I am OG Mumbling Nick. Obviously, you can find me here at OG Mumbling Nick on YouTube and on X, where I do the political show and do a Dabbleverse show called I Will Try My Best. And I do a weekly show on Echo Pineapple's channel Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. And
good night.
Free Luigi.
Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. NICK mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air. Cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Jonesing for your fix, so that dabble politics mix. So where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Torn in, now we torn out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, back out, tell me what you're gonna ducks now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it all every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get save a bunch of time. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabblers blasting out the political shit. The bashing for shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. Throw your flags up, throw your